Welcome in. Hope we're all doing well today. How's everyone's weekend going? It's actually a very nice weekend here. I told you guys uh on Friday my coworker was in town, like she's visiting Vancouver with another coworker of ours, and I was like feeling kind of bad because like the weather was so bad on Friday, and it said it was supposed to rain again on Saturday. But the weather has been really good. So I'm glad they can like my biggest fear all the time, not my biggest fear, but like whenever people visit Vancouver, because like I'm a Vancouver tourism uh ambassador, I gotta show people how great Vancouver is. So whenever people come here in like the non-summer months, I'm always like, oh, what if the weather is bad? And then they don't think Vancouver is nice, but I think the last 2 days, I think they will think Vancouver is very nice. So, um, I think they'll be on board. So I'm glad. It was good. You got to hang out with your cat. Oh, that's nice. What's your cat's name? I was hanging out with my dog yesterday, so same. And welcome in, Gwen. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, it's I think they went downtown yesterday, but there was like a lot of I don't know if they're like protests necessarily, but like more just like um what would you even call them? Like demonstrations? Like they just like there was one for Iran, like people showing solidarity. It's not really like I guess it's not really like a protest. They're just like people in support of Iran. And then there's also some sort of apparently every Valentine's Day there's like a women's something march. It's not like women's rights. I think it's like women's memorial. But I was like, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. It's something like that. There's some sort of so there was a lot going on downtown yesterday. So hopefully they weren't like I don't think they drove. I think they oh, it would be a bit of a disaster if they drove, but sometimes just stuff is happening, you know? His name is Albie. Cute, cute. I feel like every pet name is a great name. But yeah, apparently downtown was I'm like very out of the loop when stuff is happening. Like I even stuff that I'd be like, "Oh, like I'd be down to go to this." But like I just like never know when this stuff is happening. So like some once in a while, I'll like go downtown for like an unrelated thing, right? I'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to a soccer game," and then suddenly I show up, it's like Pride. I'm like, "Oh, I guess it's Pride," because like I'll just show up and there's suddenly so many people. I'm like, "Oh wait, what?" And then you have to like guess what's going on. That's always how it goes. Like you see a huge crowd of people, and then you're looking at signs. You're like, okay, I see some flags. And then you have to try to figure out what it is. Pride is pretty obvious what it is. But sometimes it's like a protest, and like sometimes with protests, like people come with like unrelated flags, right? Um, just for like like it's not like intersectional, but like you know what I mean, like in like intersectional kind of support. So sometimes it's kind of confusing, but um. It's always fun. But I'm never in the loop on when these things are happening. Not that like a huge crowd of people like that sounds like a good time to me. I feel like that might be like too many people. Like I don't mind like going to like a semi crowded place. Um but like a huge like wave of people on the street. I don't know if I love the sound of that. Also, a little while ago I was watching videos about it's like not a good topic, but like I was watching videos about like crowd crush, which is like a thing, right? Like if there's like a really crowded environment and then like people are getting like pushed against like the wall or like a barricade or something like that, it could be really dangerous and that kind of freaked me out. Like now I'm like very aware of like if I'm in like a big crowd, like I'm like, oh, you could like it's very easy to like for it to go wrong and then people just die, right? And like that would be a horrible way to go, to be like crushed by a crowd of people, you know? And like at a certain point, like even if the people don't want to like crowd you, right? Like if the crowd moves in that way, like you can't really control it. Apparently there's a whole science. There's like this whole science, there's like so much like techniques and like ways that people manage crowds. So it's very interesting actually. And welcome another nice Minnie Mouse cosplay. Am I Minnie Mouse? I feel like I'm missing her iconic yellow shoes. And welcome in Istat and welcome in Pokemon. You guys are doing well. a very nice weekend here. I guess it's good. It's a long weekend. I'm probably working on Monday, but um, it's a nice long weekend regardless. I'll probably take a day off in like a few weeks. That's my plan. A sunny long weekend? Yeah, exactly, exactly. I know it's a long weekend in America too. My coworkers were telling me it's like President's Day, something like that. I think you guys have a lot of like president-related holidays, no? Like there's like President's Day, and then there's like I don't know if I had to guess, JFK Day. Is that a day? Lincoln Day. I don't think these are real things. Maybe some of them are real. I don't know. Why not President's Day? That's Christmas. Freedom. So true. So true. I mean, I guess you have Freedom Day, like Independence Day, like July 4th. That's a Freedom Day. Freedom from Britain, I guess. I think that's what it means. I don't know. My American history is really bad. Um, the only American history I know is from Hamilton, which is very inaccurate, I've heard. There's a lot of President's Day, like President's Day. Is there no like JFK Day? Or am I just thinking of like MLK Day? Because like there's a lot of three three letter names, I guess. Or I guess it's just those two. Every time I'm like, oh, there's so many of these things, but really it's just two. What would JFK Day celebrate? The day he was no, I don't know. And welcome in Spy Hunter. I'm thinking of MLK. Okay, that makes sense. I think I'm thinking about MLK Day. My brain, my brain was just like, oh, three-letter acronym people, you know. And welcome in law as an ignorant American. I still don't know what Labor Day is about. I think Labor Day is about like rights for laborers. Like I'm pretty sure I could be very wrong, but I think it was like back in the day, like people like working class people didn't have a lot of rights. Like they didn't have like weekends, they didn't have like um they had like really unreasonable working hours and stuff like that. And I think Labor Day is meant to like signify like the laborers um like fighting back and like making a more reasonable working conditions. I think that's what it's for. Because we have Labor Day in Canada too. That's one of the holidays we share. National Flag of Canada Day. Wait, what is National Flag of Canada Day? I've never heard of this. May Day is International Labor Day. I see. I don't know what May Day is either. That just sounds like when the plane is crashing. American labor movement and the works or contributions of laborers to development and achievements in the United States. Yeah, because I was thinking about the labor movement. National Flag of Canada Day, commonly shortened to Flag Day, is observed annually on February 15th to commemorate the inauguration of the Flag of Canada. Canada has a nice flag, nice little maple leaf. It's cute. In 1965, Canada's so young, man. Like Canada, like only existed, like, like Canada is not an old country. Um, May Day is the 1st of May. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, apparently. Oh, happy Flag Day. I don't have a Canadian flag, but um, congratulations to the flag. President's Day combines them all between Lincoln and Washington's birth. Oh, it's their birthdays. Okay, interesting. Why? And welcome in, Bunny. Hope you're doing all day. Eulokian. How do you even pronounce that, Angel? Also, welcome in, and welcome in, Ricky. Lokenuinly. Oh, maybe it's like Lokenuinly. Hope everyone's chilling. I am Lokenuinly chilling. Thank you. You gotta be Canadian to know that. I I have never once celebrated Flag Day. People aren't very patriotic here. Like I think America, I picture America being like the most patriotic, you know? Like I mean, okay, it's the same thing we are talking about yesterday. It's the same thing we are talking about yesterday with like the defending a corporation kind of thing, right? Like I like Canada so much as I I think it's a good place to live, right? Like I I like Canada because I'm like, oh, like I think, I like the city. I think it's a nice city. Um, I think, it's not falling to pieces like America is. And like, that kind of stuff, right? And I'm like, oh, I like it for these reasons. And I like free healthcare, like as much as those things. But am I patriotic towards am I like so loyal to Canada? No. Like if Canada does something awful, and they have done something off like stuff awful in the past. But right, like currently if they just like randomly started doing stuff, but like I wouldn't defend them. Um Your birthday is after May Day. Nice, nice. That's how I say it. Look genuinely. Okay. At the new 6-7. Angel's trying to make it happen. The idea of President's Day rolling everyone's birthday into one reminds me of that one episode of The Office. I actually started watching The Office kind of recently, but um, I didn't get that far yet. But I know I will like The Office because I love Parks and Rec and I love Community, love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I love all those. I don't know if they're all Michael Schur shows, but I love Parks and Rec, so I think I would love The Office. You're with you on that? You don't understand that? You love Cuba, but buddy, why would I have a Cuban flag outside your house? Yeah, I think there's a difference between like, oh, like it's like okay, it's one thing if you're like proud to be Cuban, but like but I wouldn't consider myself like I want to be like, oh, I'm a fan of the Canadian government. Obviously, with Cuba, it's like a more complicated situation, but like like at least for Canada, I'm not like oh, like I'm happy to be Canadian so long as I think Canada's a great place to live. If Canada became a not good place to live, then I wouldn't necessarily have any loyalty to Canada itself. But I think Canada's cool. um, would you fight for Canada? Mm, nah. I mean, it depends what it is. I think if like America was like invading, I think the most patriotic Canada has been is when Trump started talking about that 51st state thing, like that's like the most patriotic people have been. Like people are pretty patriotic right now. Just because of like what Trump is saying and stuff like that, but like um I don't think in general we're that patriotic, especially because like Canada is very, or at least Vancouver. I can't speak to all of Canada, but at least Vancouver, like there's a lot of immigrants. Um, but like there's a lot of different cultures and like backgrounds here and stuff like that. So not everyone's like people like living here, but we're not like oh like we're Canadian above all else. Like people identify with many different um countries and stuff like that. Would you fight an overgrown badger for Canada? Um, no, that sounds scary. You'd fight Miju? Okay, we'll fight. We'll fight for our countries against each other, okay? 100 badgers versus one. Why is there 100 badgers? I don't even know if I could take on one badger. Badgers sound like they have really sharp claws, right? Um, yeah, well, yeah. Okay. I mean, I was like about to say, I was like talk about the government, and I was like, I shouldn't like generalize this to Cuba. um, and Angel, thanks for the 25 stream streak. It's a nice round number. Canada wants to be part of America. It seems like we really don't. Australia lost a battle against birds, and now it's Canada's turn, and their one soldier is Miju. Honestly, I've never seen a badger here. Honestly, if we were gonna be fighting something, it would also be birds. Birds are a bit of a menace. It would be Canadian geese. Like if there was one thing that was gonna like overtake Canada, it's Canadian geese or raccoons. Both. They're menaces. Um, Canada still has quite a high freedom score in the Freedom House Index. Go. What is the Freedom House Index? Just like how progressive a country is, or like how I guess how much freedom you have. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 30 duck-sized horses? I think one horse-sized duck. I stand by this in video games as well. Like I kind of prefer just one enemy to keep track of rather than many. And I think horses, even if they're duck size, would have a pretty bad bite. And I feel like a duck would be easier to deal with, you know? Of course you haven't seen any badgers. It will be an invasion. Oh, it will be like a secret. Like it will be like out of nowhere, they'll just all show up. It's not like a slowly they're like bunch of badgers show up. It's like all at once. I don't keep up on what Trump says or the government in general. I mean, valid. It will rot your brain. I don't keep up too much, but it was pretty unavoidable hearing what he was saying about Canada. One horse-sized duck is murdering everyone in this chat in 10 minutes. But ducks aren't small. Like duck-sized horses would not be that small. I guess, okay, you know what? To be fair, duck-sized horses, you could probably like kick them, right? You know, okay, you have a point. Well, like what tools do I have to fight? Do I have a gun? Because if I had a gun, very American code of response. If I had a gun, that one horse-sized duck would be easier to shoot. Let's be real. Like, can I have like a shotgun? Because I think 30 small things is harder to shoot than one large thing. Is it duck or geese that have human-like teeth? Oh, okay. I don't want a giant human-sized teeth. Um, about access to political rights and civil liberties are basic stuff, and Finland is first, and USA not high. Sounds about right. Go Finland! Congratulations. What number is Canada? You gotta say, if I had my gun and a Texan accent. I don't know if I can. If I had my gun. But that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. That was really good, right? Close. Yeah, you have a sword RPG. I've never used a sword. I don't know if I would. I don't know if that would work for me. Um, there are a lot of ducks in this condo. What? We can probably mod Resident Evil to have me just fighting a horse-sized duck boss. Probably. And welcome in, Ratzi. The Canada game is on. The hockey game? Canada's 5th? Oh, that's pretty good. I will take 5th. I mean, okay, we can't really beat Scandinavia, but like 5th, I'll take it. You walk within it and they're just chilling with you? Oh, that's nice. I mean, ducks are chill. You just don't want the geese. If you ever come to Vancouver, I'll show you the geese. They're like a menace. You ever played Untitled Goose Game? It's very accurate. Geese are just causing trouble all the time. Horse-sized duck, you can go straight for the legs. 30 duck-sized horses will swarm and overwhelm. Yeah, exactly. Like a horse-sized duck, you can like keep track of it, you know? And yeah, if you had like a weapon, you could take it out. I think I would, and I think ducks are less of a danger than a horse, because horses, I think, have a very strong bite. Like I think if you got bit by a horse, like it would be pretty bad. Yeah, welcome in, Red. That was such a good Texan accent. I believe you make your living selling propane and propane. Is that what people do in Texas? Propane. What are they using the propane for? Barbecues? That's the only thing I can think of for propane. It just turns out it was a horrible Valentine's Day. Your cat just came in. He was attacked by a dog. Oh my god. Is your cat okay? I mean, you're typing on Twitch rather than rushing him to the hospital. So, is he okay? You hate geese. You've been attacked by a geese. I think we all have. If you've ever been near a geese, you've been attacked by geese. Are the geese better or worse than the deer over at Nana Park? I've never actually been to Nana Park. I've only been to I've only been to in Hiroshima. There's like a island called Miyajima, and there's deer there too, but they're not as aggressive, I think. So I cannot really say. I would say um geese are more of a menace. I think as long as you're not holding food, the deers are chill. He's next to me. The vet doesn't open till tomorrow. Usually there's like hospitals that are open 24/7, but I guess it depends where you live. You're gonna peace out. Okay, okay. I hope your cat is okay. Um, the deer aren't nice generally. That's good. That's good. Working in propane and propane accessories is a reference to a classic American cartoon that took place in Texas called King of the Hill. Oh, yeah, I've definitely heard of King of the Hill. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know it was a cartoon, but I've definitely heard of it. Or if you're old, it's like something I've vaguely heard. I've heard people say the words King of the Hill, and I could deduce that it was like a TV show or something. They brought it back just when did it air? Like in the 90s? What would you guys consider an old TV show? Honestly, I feel like even something that aired in like 2005. Surely that's like a bit old now, no? It's a great game. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm thinking about the game because I definitely heard this phrase before. It stopped around 2008, only to return a few months ago. I see. I see. TV set aired when Miju were born or old. I mean, yeah, there was like pre 2000. I was born in the 90s, but like that would be old. Bugs Bunny. I mean, yeah, that's very old, no? Looney Tunes is super old. I mean, I think it's still around, obviously, but like it's definitely that's definitely considered old. um, there's a lot of shows. There's a lot of those. What shows did you guys like grow up watching? Maybe this is a real like and people will be revealing their age. Um, but maybe like if you don't like kids shows, maybe like when you got old enough to watch adult shows. Cause I remember when I grew out of like teen and kids shows, I think I was watching like How I Met Your Mother, and I remember that show was like so popular. And like even now, I see a lot of How I Met Your Mother content online. Um, that kind of stuff is common. I loved House. I loved House, and I loved Sherlock. Those were good as well. House is like kind of unhinged, but like it's kind of good. I don't know. I think it's still there's okay, definitely looking back, there's some plot lines that I'm like, okay, that has not aged well. Like that's definitely not aged well. Same with How I Met Your Mother, obviously, it has not aged well. But like looking back, I'm like, still a good show, I think. And Wakame Maestro, how am I? I'm doing good. Yesterday was the best day. How was you went to a convention, right? How was it? Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, that was really pop. I never watched it. How's some of the role model as a kid? That is not a good role model to have. You're like a kid, like eating like Tic Tacs, and you're like, oh, this is my Vicodin. It's not a yeah. This is a terrible role model. I'm very sorry. I think you're in middle school when you're watching How I Met Your Mother. Um, I don't know how old I was. I must have been like, I think I just started high school, but we don't have middle school, so it might have been around the same age, like 13, that kind of thing. Why Tic Tacs? I don't know. I'm trying to think of things that look like pills that aren't actually pills. What else? But yeah, it's those I liked. I remember like in high school, like Netflix became quite popular. Like became a big thing in when I was in high school. So then like I was watching a lot of shows on Netflix. You're so drained, physical and social battery, but sounds like it was worth it. You saw your Twitch friend again, and you're so happy she's doing well, and saw a couple of VAs, and you met many cosplay friends more than last year. That is great to hear. I'm glad you had a great time. Um, Friends. Yeah, Friends, classic. I remember those Popeye white candy sticks and pretending they were cigarettes. Everyone did that, yeah. Those candies are crazy. Why? Like who invented? We were like, oh, you know what kids will love? Pretending to smoke, and they were right. Like kids do love pretending to smoke, but like why? Like who thought that was a smart like who thought that was like a good thing to have kids do? Like I don't know. You're gonna take you're gonna take you're gonna take a guy in a Prima Gym costume. You're gonna take his photo. I'm guessing. Just take him. I need more primos. Take him home. Yeah. Questionable typo. Um, yeah, no worries, no worries. I was trying to figure that out. And maybe you just really wanted an extra primo. Lefty Mr. Royal for primos. Exactly, exactly. Um, Doing a Liam Neeson. Oh no, Liam Neeson was not the kidnapper. My bad. Um, House's clinic segments cracked me up. I remember this one where some kid was trying to trick House into prescribing her mom contraceptives so she could yoink them. For him to Uno reverse and tell her immigrant mom that she was already pregnant. No, that is rude. That's a mean move. What was he trying to say? Take his photo. Take a photo. Like a full Final Fantasy cosplay. Ooh, nice, nice. Master out here with the English skill. His long day of convention. His long day at the convention. Leveled down his English skill. Now he's at yours, Ratsy. Yeah, take that one. Yeah, the clinic segments in House were like so unhinged. I wonder if you actually work at a clinic, you probably do get some crazy patients, like some like weird situations. Probably not like all the time, but um, you probably do not handle them like Dr. House did, you know. And welcome Invasion. I'm doing good. How are you? What anime did you start yesterday? I did not start any animes yesterday. Um, you're sleepy as usual. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, it is the weekend. Or I guess the weekend may have just ended, but hopefully you can catch up on sleep on the weekends. Or maybe you're just like very busy on the weekend and not sleeping. That's that's fair too. Today I have to um today I have to return my keys to my old apartment. So I'm gonna be going to my old apartment one last time. I was there yesterday. I had to pick up some stuff that I left there and find some other stuff that I left there, including my teeth. And I was like in there. I was like, "Oh, this is the last time I'm here." It's very sad because I was living there for over 3 years. House and Wilson. Oh, I know. House and Wilson were so in love. Like, come on. They were just like it was, before its time. Like, come on. It was because it aired in like the 2000s. They couldn't be together, but they would have. They would have to into 2020 in nowadays. They would have ended up together. It's Monday. Gotta pay rent. No, that's not a great feeling. If I go to a convention, you might end up buying Cloud's greatsword, and you would not regret it, Ricky. Let's be real. Um, if I go to a convention, you might. Oh, sorry, I just read that. I wish I could talk the way House talks to patients. Why? Why do you want to be so mean? Um, I don't think you can talk like that IRL. You would actually get fired. I got a Dior Messenger saddlebag yesterday, and it doesn't fit your wallet. Guess I'm only an ID only guy. That's the worst. I hate bags that are too small to fit your wallet. Although I was very much considering, I really want like a wallet just for cards. Cause like I have like a really cute wallet. I know someone mentioned Minnie Mouse earlier in the show. It's actually a Minnie Mouse wallet. It's very cute. Even though I'm not like a huge like Disney fan these days, it's a very cute wallet. But I kind of want a wallet just for cards. And I was looking for one when I was in Japan, but couldn't really find one. So now I'm like, yeah, I'm in the market for a just a card wallet because I do have some bags that would be better with just the card wallet. Leave the teeth there, just 3D print new one. Yeah, so if you guys also welcome in Beppe. Hope you're doing well today. If you guys didn't see on the Discord, I went to my old apartment yesterday, like I said, and I was like, oh, let me just do. I think I got everything, but let me just do one last look through. And I realized I left the microwave there because it was like very visible, but like the microwave has just always been there in like the microwave like cubby. So I just didn't really notice it. I was like, because like it's just something that's there, right? Um, but yeah, I I was like, okay, I forgot my microwave. And then I opened the bathroom drawer and I realized I have this I have this mold of my teeth um that I got after I finished my braces, and it's used so like if I ever lose my retainer, I can give them the mold of my teeth and they can use that to make the a new retainer. Even if it's not like the original orthodontist that I went to, like if I'm somewhere else and I desperately need a retainer because I lost mine, then they can make it using this mold. So it's actually a very important thing. And I left it behind somehow. So yeah, I'm glad I found that. Cause like one, I need it, and two, it would be really weird for someone to like the next tenant moves in, they just find this like mold of my teeth. They'd be like, "What the hell?" You got yourself a gym shirt. Nice, nice. Where from? Ratsy spreading lies about my anime watching. Uh, can you get one of those phone cases? Well, it's that only holds cards. No, I don't really want like a big phone case, honestly, because like I think my phone is bulky enough. I'd rather just have a separate wallet. So I think yeah, I do want just like a card wallet, because like yeah, some purses are not the best for that. From here, from here. What's from here? Like a physical store? One of those loose shirts to see the gym. That really narrows it down. I'm kind of a you guys know I'm like such a Lululemon shill, so but Lululemon's very expensive, so I started just like I started just buying like shirts and certain things that I don't think I need them to be as like high quality. I started buying them from Uniqlo because Uniqlo actually has a lot of good athletic clothing and it's a lot cheaper. So I started just doing that instead. Because if it's like shirts and stuff like that, then like I feel like you can buy that from anywhere. Like I don't need to buy like a really expensive Lululemon shirt. But yeah, it's and also when I was at the mall on Friday and before I got pepper sprayed, on Friday, I was at a store called Decathlon, and apparently it's really popular in Asia as well. And it has like the really really cheap boarding equipment. Um, it has like just really really cheap, like some of the shirts and stuff are like $10. I saw like swimming suits like $15, that kind of thing. You got pepper, so I didn't actually get pepper sprayed. There was a pepper spray incident, and I walked near it, but I didn't directly get pepper sprayed. Um, but I definitely breathed some in the air. I breathed in some spicy air, and it hurt my throat. Isn't pepper spray banned in Canada? Yeah, yeah. I mean, like we're technically not allowed pepper spray here. Although you can buy bear spray. Um, you can buy bear spray and um for bears. Although technically you're not supposed to be carrying it around unless you can like reasonably like have unless you can reasonably expect to run into a bear. Um, you bought workout stuff from Decathlon. Is it good? 'Cause it's so cheap, right? Does it like hold? I mean, I guess if you don't need something to be like really really durable, then like I think I think Decathlon's probably good as well. Like I think a lot of my coworker was saying like, oh, Decathlon's really good. Like say you want to try out a sport. Like say I'm like, oh, I want to try out figure skating. And then you can like buy like some entry level kind of figure skating equipment from Decathlon. And it's like a really good value. You don't have to invest too much money if you're just trying something out. Or if you need something that like doesn't really need to be that durable, right? Like for example, like yeah, like if you bought like a running shirt, like it's kind of fine. Like I don't know. It's not like buying like shoes or something like that. Michi made some girl feel uncomfortable about pepper sprayed. Yeah, I was trying my pickup artist strategies. I'll try to neg some woman and it didn't work out well. Have you ever tried Aloe brand? I have not. I see ads for it because like Jisoo is like their brand ambassador. But I was assuming it's like a Korean brand. So I didn't know if it was like available to buy here. It looks cute though. You love Decathlon? I haven't bought anything from there yet, but we walked around and it looked nice. Because I had the impression that it was an expensive store, but then when I actually looked at the price, it's actually very cheap. The store just looks real fancy. It's cheap but good for the price. Okay, okay. I mean, I don't really need that many workout clothes these days, but I guess if I was like trying around, if I wanted to like try out a new activity, then I'll check out Decathlon. Um, we drew at the mall and was running up to people showing them her teeth molds, and she got peppers. They didn't like my teeth molds. They said my teeth were too straight. Maybe for you it's cheap. No, Decathlon's like I think objectively cheaply priced. Cause like I was there and like yeah, you can buy like $10 shirts. I saw like rain jackets for like 20-30 dollars Canadian. So I think yeah, I think it's a pretty like reasonably priced or like cheaply priced even. Aloe's from Los Angeles. Oh, okay, okay. I don't know. I don't generally just like obviously I see ads for it and stuff like that, but I don't generally just buy stuff based off the ad because like I'm like Jisoo. I think Jisoo's cool, but like just because she's representing it doesn't necessarily mean I'm like oh I'm gonna buy it. But it does look cute. It does look cute. But I get a lot of ads for like different workout companies and stuff like that. So I don't like I'm not like I'm always hesitant about buying stuff that's like really hyped up. You know what I mean? Like if it's like, oh, this is really popular online, like it's really trending online, and like they're doing a lot of like sponsorships and stuff like that, then I'm always kind of hesitant. I'm like, is it actually good? So I would need to look into it. And hopefully the shipping is not too bad if it's from America. I do prefer buying like Canadian brands just because of the imports. I would trust me. Which pepper spray. She would use it on weaves and let creeps be. What? You would trust me? Wouldn't. Okay, I was like, why do you want me to not spray creeps? Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't pepper spray someone just for being a weeb. I would destroy them emotionally instead. Should I buy aloe and what's aloe? It's like a workout clothing brand. And I think Jisoo is their brand ambassador currently. You only wear gym shorts if they have zipper pockets, and I think aloe has that, so I might try them. Yeah. Let me know how it is. You quit your job? Couldn't are you happy about it? I don't wanna say congrats or, like, I'm sorry if I don't know if you're happy about it or not. I mean, I basically just do, like I basically just do Pilates, so, yeah, I have, like, very specific, stuff that I need for Pilates. Because if when you do Pilates, um when you do Pilates, you need, like, tight-fitting clothing 'cause, my instructor has to see, like, my form, and it's all about, like, posture and body alignment and stuff like that, so if you're wearing, like, baggy clothing, then she can't really see, like for example, right now, we're doing a lot of, like, leg alignment, making sure, like a lot of people, I think for many people, um, like when you stand up straight, you might like lean more to one side of your foot than the other. And I'm definitely like a leaning to the outside of my feet kind of thing. And it's because of like my knees and my hips alignment. So like that kind of thing, like you need to wear tight fitting clothing, otherwise she won't be able to see it. Like if I wear like a baggy shirt, she makes me like tuck it in. So I just don't even like bother with that kind of stuff. Um, Do they make K-pop gym shorts? Probably. In Wakaman Arcane, you like to get gym clothes from Uniqlo? They're like you need Lululemon dupes. Yes, I've been getting like I have a bunch of like the Aerism shirts and like the zip up kind of long sleeve shirts and stuff like that. They're just like Lululemon for real. With like leggings and stuff like that, I like to get Lululemon just because I wear leggings really often, so they do get worn out quite quickly. Um, So I do prefer getting Lululemon of those, but definitely I will say Lululemon, the quality is not what it used to be. But I think that's the same with like every company. You have to leave after getting stabbed and beat up all day. Well, I'm glad you're not getting stabbed and beat up all day then. Congrats on quitting your job. I hope you find a new one that you love. So many brands. How do you keep up with this? I like shopping. It's the same way that I don't know, what's your interest? Like, for example, if you're interested in, um, like, technology, then people are like, "Oh, like, you keep up with all the PC brands or whatever." Kinda like that. Just whatever you're interested in. And also, like, it's more like, if it's something you use, like, if, like, "Okay, I need gym clothes," and you're trying to find I like to do my research. Like, I like to do my research and be like, "I'm making sure I'm getting the right value for my money," you know? Like, people who know sports, they know all the teams. True, true. Take your shopping obsession and put into League, and you'll know what each champ does. No. Um, I will never know what each champ does. Why do I need to know? No, it's like the learning curve just gets hard. The longer and longer I stop, the more the more it just the harder it gets. The more champs I keep adding, and the more complex these champs are. Understandable, you just Google gym clothes and it says go to Decathlon. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, it kinda just depends what you're looking for. 'Cause, like, I like for me, like, I get, like, yoga type clothing because I do Pilates. And I'm sure if you were, like, into running or something, then the gym clothes might be different, or the workout clothes might be different versus, like although I think, like, you could wear Pilates clothes to the gym, but I think you could there's a lot of gym clothes you could wear to the gym that you wouldn't necessarily wear to Pilates, so maybe it doesn't go the other way. You can climb? I'm busy playing TFT, and I barely know what all the TFT champs do. I am, cause like, every champ has, like, an alt, right, in TFT, which is a lot simpler, to be fair. Like, you're not learning, like, 3 abilities and a alt and a passive and, like, maybe 9 abilities in certain champions. Um, but yeah, even in TFT, I don't exactly know what each champ does. But I'm slowly improving at TFT. I'm, like, hard stuck right now in Plat 4. which is not a bad place to be hard stuck, I think. This is my first season. Um, and I think at a certain point I just hit a wall, or when they like change the patch and then I hit a wall because I'm like I haven't quite mastered what needs to be done for that patch. I took this literally and thought we were going to talk about bouldering. What? Bouldering? I mean, rock climbing is very popular right now. Oh, climbing. Oh, so you can climb. Rock climb. I think I'm too scared to go rock climbing. I love watching, I love watching a good Magnus Midbow video, but I cannot. I'm a little scared, I think. Um, you googled Miju Weeb and it told me she's a weeb. Google doesn't know. They patch too often, too hard to keep up. I know. Why do they patch every 2 weeks? It's like ridiculous. I'm like, is that how all competitive games work? Like, I mean, obviously with with like this kind of game where it's not like a mechanical game, it's more like for example, like card games, like Hearthstone. Oh, I'm gonna call it over Hearthstone. Like, do they patch that like every 2 weeks? Like, it seems really often, and like it's not even like a very small change. It's not even like, oh, like a little bug fix here and there. It's like pretty significant changes. It's like, okay, this comp was really good, and I was playing this comp, and then it would be like, oh, by the way, this comp sucks now. You can't play anymore. You gotta play this now. And I'm like, oh, like I cannot keep up with this. And then they like hot fix it in between every 2 weeks as well. And I'm like, how do people keep up with this? I cannot. Although I do find TFD really fun, so I have been trying to keep up, but um, I do try my best to keep up, but it's hard to learn when it changes so much. Gotta wake up. I'm gonna make some coffee. Enjoy your coffee. Yeah, when a game is almost 200 gigabytes and every update adds like 4 gigabytes. Genshin. Genshin's already too big. They just every time it just gets bigger and bigger. They do it on purpose to keep people engaged. I hate it. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's good for the people making videos because they have a lot of content all the time. But like, it's it is sometimes hard to keep up, especially when they make very significant changes. I love when the patch changes and I can still play the comp I want. Luckily, I don't really like play like the really S tier comps because I like to one trick a little. Um, I don't like learning too many comps, so I like to have like 2 or 3 comps that I'm able to play, and then learn those ones in more detail because otherwise it's like really hard. Cause like for me, it's really hard for me to learn a comp and like know like, oh, like in the early game I play like this, in the mid game I play like this, and then like learning the items and stuff like that. Like I feel like learning a comp is I'm not really good enough at TFT yet to be able to like to be able to just like look at a comp and be like, okay, I can play this and I can play this well. I think I need to have many games in something before I can um actually get comfortable with it and like learn the comp. So that's why I like to focus on like before I was focusing on one T hex. I spam T hexing and T hex. I spam T hex to gold, and then I got like really stuck on gold. Um, after they patched it down. They like nerfed it to hell. Like I think that's a crazy change. Making such like they like really because it was so strong. They nerfed it like they went overkill to the point where it's like unplayable. And I was like, oh, but I spent so much time learning this comp. Um, but it did help me learn the game. It did help me learn the game like at a basic level. And welcome in, Kenshin. Are they mostly balancing changes? Yeah, it's all balancing changes. Once in a while, there's like a bug fix. But it's always a balancing change. Um, because there's nothing else really to change. Like they don't change the mechanics. Um, they don't change the mechanics like until the new season. I think if they do change mechanics. And then like in the new season they'll change the set, or they're called sets. Like they'll change the set of like of characters that are available to play, or like units that are able to play, I guess. But yeah, it's at least they don't change that often. So like the characters stay the same. Um, and like my vague league knowledge does help because like then you can know like, oh, this champ is AD, this champ is AP. Although sometimes I'm like really unaware of what, like there's some champs I'm like, some champs I'm like, oh, I really thought this was like a magic champ, but it's like not. Like Kindred, I really thought Kindred was like a magic guy. Um, they're not. It's just like a like AD. I was like, okay, that's fine, fine. And I like I've kind of branched out. I'm no longer just being like, oh, I need to play my favorite characters because like because when I play, I don't really play League often now, but when I play League, I love playing Caitlyn. Like I don't know, I think I'm just a one trick at heart. Like no matter what game it is, I like just playing one thing. I feel like it just depends on what kind of person you are, because like I think some people find a lot of joy in like trying out different like characters or different builds or like whatever the game may entail, right? Um, but for me, I could become really attached to like one thing, like one character. Like for example, um, yeah, if you're playing like a game, it's like a heroes or like I love playing like one specific hero, and like and like that's like my favorite one. And then like for example in League, when I'm not playing Caitlyn, I'm like I wish I was playing Caitlyn. You know, like I might have a phase where I like playing a different champion, but like after a while, I'm like, I wish I was playing Caitlyn. You know, or like when Caitlyn gets picked or banned and I can't play her, I'm like, I'm so sad. Like every time something happens, and I'm like, oh, if I was playing Caitlyn, I could have done this. So like, I think that's just how I am. Because when I started playing TFT, I started doing that as well. I was like, oh, I just want to play like this one or two things. And I think it's just easier for me because I mean, TFT is a complex game as well. Like, there's a lot going on, um, and it's the first type of game of this, unless you count the Genshin minigame. Unless you count the Genshin minigame, this is the first type of like auto battler game I've played, and this is the first kind of like complex PvP game I've played, um, or like one that's like more like strategic and not mechanical. So yes, it's definitely been a big learning curve, but once I get into something, I love watching guides. I'm, like, addicted to watching guides. I'm like, "I need to watch some TFT out of my dissing guides," you know, like, while I'm eating my dinner. Um, sorry, I really hit my knee on the on the desk. But, yeah, I think my addiction is not too bad. Like, there are days where I play a lot of TFT, but then so I do get tired of it after a little bit, especially if I lose a lot. I'm like, "Ah, this isn't working out for me. Today isn't my day." Or maybe I'm just like I think a lot of times I'm just like I'm missing something that I'm like there's something I'm doing wrong, you know, a lot of times. Addicted big shock? Is it? I don't think I have an addictive personality. I don't actually really think I get addicted to things. I'm more the opposite, I think. I think I'm more like actually okay, I know I just said I like one tricking. But I think in terms of like spending my time, I like doing like many different things. You know what I mean? So does that make sense? Does that make sense? Like I'm the person who like will pick up many hobbies and not stick with a lot of them. That was indeed you know what I mean, right? Like in terms of hobbies and in terms of like I'm not gonna just like every day just do the same activity like all day every day and get become like addicted to that. Um, but when I'm playing a game, I do when I'm playing a game, I like to just like pick one play style. And I like sticking with that and I find like a favorite one and I stick with it. But I think maybe I just do that more for like because I'm like bad. So like if I just change it up too much, it's like hard to keep track of. That could be it as well. Maybe once I improve, I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna try lots of different new comps in TFT. TFT gotta be the most complicated game ever for real. I don't think so. Like, yeah, TFT is complicated. Maybe I'm just like not high elo enough. I mean, I'm just not high elo enough to like really truly understand the complexity of TFT, so I could be wrong. But I feel like there's more complex games. Like I feel like I don't know how are we defining complexity, or like, in terms of like skill ceiling, or maybe we're talking like skill ceiling. Um, I don't know. It's surely like chess. Chess is like extremely complicated. Like it's easy to learn how to play, but like there's so much you can learn in chess, right? Something like that. Say to guy. Okay, yeah, I'm a bit addicted to guides, to be fair, and I'm addicted to reading Reddit videos. You have so many hobbies. I feel like I'm neglecting one sometimes. I know they're just. It feels like there's not enough time for all the hobbies, right? You know what I mean? And like I feel like a lot of hobbies I have to practice, you know, like I have to practice for my singing lesson. I have to do my Pilates and I want to take up piano lessons. So I'm like I have to practice piano as well. And I'm like, is there time for all this? And like also just like maintaining or like my house and like doing like chores and stuff like that. Um, chess is fun. I'm not a big chess fan. I think I don't like games. Okay, I guess TFT technically you're supposed to do this, but I don't do this. Um, I don't like games where you have to like guess what the other person is thinking. You know, I'm way too like self-absorbed to like want to do that. Like I do not want to be like, oh, this person's gonna make this move, and then like I'm gonna make this move, and then they're gonna make this move. Like I hate thinking that. That's why I hate chess. And then I don't think I would. I don't think you can hate doing that and play chess. Favorite game is chess. Who could ever guess playing with the pieces in my chest? Toxic till the end. I haven't heard that song many times. Me did the practice pull. I didn't practice the last 2 weeks, and oh my god. Okay, my favorite workout. My favorite workout is bicycle crunches. If you guys know, where you do like crunches, but you like go to each side like this. I love doing those because it's like obliques. Um, and then I didn't do those like the past 2 weeks because I've been busy moving. I've been busy unpacking and stuff like that. And I not only that, I didn't unpack my yoga mat till like a few days ago. Because I couldn't find it. So I didn't do those, and then we had to do those. My instructor made me do them yesterday, and I was so bad at them. I was like, "Bro, it's only been 2 weeks, and my obliques are already so weak again. Like that's so sad." I mean, it's probably been like 2, 3 weeks, honestly, because um, I went a lot of time without really doing them. Because I used to love doing that one, because it was like it felt like my core felt very strong while doing it. So it was like a lot easier. But I did it yesterday, and it was like pain. It was just like pure pain. So yeah, there's like ab workouts really suck if your core is weak. And then after a while, if you start building up your core muscles, then ab workouts aren't that bad. Um, when hobbies that make you hobbies stress you out, I mean, yeah. Play chess while doing Pilates. That would be a pretty cool move. Made you hate thinking or just lazy people. I like thinking in some ways, but I don't like thinking. Yeah, I just don't like thinking about what the other person will do. I'm like, I don't care what the other person's gonna do. Like, let me just worry about myself. You hate it when your opponents played the best move instead of the move I thought they would play. No, how dare they be better than you? Welcome in P. You like the ribbons? Thank you. Thank you. Actually, I'm very coordinated. I'm wearing black and white. And welcome in Chicano. Hope you're doing well today. Is the weather really nice for you as well? It's beautiful here. Chess boxing to chess Pilates. I would rather do chess Pilates than chess boxing because I don't want to be punched in the face. The ribbons are cute. Thank you, thank you. I like these ribbons. They're very. I'm very low maintenance when it comes to my hair because I don't really like doing my hair. But like this is it's very easy. You just clip them in. It's done. It takes like 2 seconds. You're just like a chessboard. No, my least favorite. Can I be dressed like a piano instead? Um, you didn't have internet in Cuba till like 2017, so every game I played was without a guide and kind of became a defender of don't look up a guide, it's cheating. You don't think that anymore, but it's a smart decision to get a better result, even though you didn't come up with it. I mean, you probably learned a lot from doing that though, right? Like you probably there I mean, obviously you probably could have learned a lot of other things from um you probably could have learned a lot of other things from looking at those guides, but you probably developed a lot of skills doing that. I mean, I'm not I might be like talking complete nonsense because I'm not a chess person, but to me it sounds like that sounds right. It's pretty outside. Yeah, yeah, it's so nice. Um, Ricky was living poor in Cuba. Cuba has their own situation going on. Um, Maybe not the best. Um, you're kind of dressed like you're Roland. Yeah, it's I am dressed like it. I just wanted to match with my piano, you know? Um, there's a car. Me slash Spirit Drive today got invited to, but it's too far away, so he said, nah, living your homebody life. The ribbons remind me of a dragonfly or Flygon. Do not say Flygon! Oh my god, you know I hate Flygon. You're actually living quite well for the average Cuban experience. You didn't think so until Kimmy made me realize it. I guess, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I guess, like, if you're just, like, living and not realizing what's around you, then you don't know. Um, but yeah, that makes sense. Um, Me just it's a Pokemon IRL. If I'm a Pokemon IRL, can I not be Flygon? Flygon is my least favorite Pokemon. But both are clip-on solution ruin. What did you think they are? Like, I just tied them onto my hair? You're living quite not well off for the average Canadian. But like living in poverty in Canada is probably still like there's different like like the relative like rich and poor in countries are very very different. Also I've seen your backyard, Ratsy. Your backyard is like you have like 2 acres of backyard. And your family has a cottage. Are you sure? Are you sure you're living not quite well off? Um, if you hate Flygon, why are you cosplaying it? No, you got me there. Um, would you trade your Flygon title for Dunsparce? Absolutely. I hate Flygon with a burning passion. You let the bows wear your hair. Illusion ruined. Um, brother, brother, when I arrived in Brazil, a guy in the street had more merchandise than my local supermarket back in Havana. Oh my god. Yeah, that must be a huge culture shock. Did you ever did you ever leave Cuba before going to Brazil? You have 3 roommates in 1 room, but you're in the military. I mean, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Um, as my parents' house in terms of my assets, I'm not well off. I guess, yeah, fair enough. But I think even if like, you know, even if you don't have your own assets, like you're still, the fact that your parents are doing well like helps you out as well, right? Because like you can live at home and you can save money. But yeah, I get what you mean. But yeah, comparing it to, like other countries is a whole other thing. Like you're still very very lucky to be living in Canada is what I mean. Um, so don't take it for granted. Um, if you move to Thailand from in general from the West, you'll be well off. I mean, yeah. I think a lot of people, I like browsing the personal finance Reddits, and like a lot of people talk about like, oh, like I'm just gonna go retire and live in Thailand, but that only works if like you don't have any ties to your current country, right? Like most people don't want to retire like a 8 hour flight away from all their friends and family, you know? Or if you're like one of those creepy guys who wants to marry like a 18-year-old Thai woman. Um, yeah, to Brazil, you visited twice before moving. I see. I see. Is that your tummy or your shirt? I can't tell what's bothering me. This is my skin. um, Save money, good joke. I mean, you know what I mean though. You know what I mean. Was there a dragon spider? Crab, dragon, spider, CDS? um, that's assuming you have friends or family. I mean, I'm just saying, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it is a viable strategy if you don't have any ties. Um, but you know, you never know. You might make a family, or you might meet someone. Um, and welcome in, Als. Hope you're doing well today. A move to Thailand is closer to Korea and K-pop concerts. True, true. And that's also assuming like you would be okay living in Thailand versus your current country, right? Like, obviously, I'm sure Thailand is a great place to live, but like, you know, it's a different country. Like, they have different, they have different pros and cons. They have different like lifestyles, they have different culture, different laws. Like, there's a lot of considerations. It's not just price of living. Um, you'd fly 8 hours from your family. I mean, yeah, it's a completely. I mean, it's a very personal decision. Could you tell from seeing her Yeah, my side abs. Yeah, they're gone. They're gone, man. My oblique workouts. Got my tummy out, I bongo it. I think for me, like, I would only bongo my lower belly, cause like my this is like my upper stomach, cause like you can't even see my belly button. My upper stomach is where the abs are, and then my lower stomach is where the tummy is. You know what I mean? You can't really bongo this. Um, the cars in Cuba. Is cars in Cuba? What about the cars in Cuba? I'm not aware of this. Um, if you go to Korea, it's expensive. You're going to Korea for surgery again in early March. No, but the food in Korea is so cheap. I mean, I haven't been there. I haven't been there since 2020. But the food was so cheap. At least and the food and transit and stuff like that was much cheaper than it is in Japan. Um, you'll retire to a cheaper country when I get my military pension. I mean, fair enough. What country are you thinking? And welcome in, Thunder. Hope you're doing well today. Upper stomach too muscular. I used to have my upper abs here, but they're gone. They're gone because I stopped doing my ab workouts because I've been busy the last few weeks moving. Based on Baiju, where's the belly button? True, Baiju's belly button is like here. Put some shit in it. True, true. I ate a bunch of Oreos yesterday, so maybe that's where my abs went. um, you're waiting for yours too. What are you gonna do? You're going back home? Oh, that sounds nice. Maybe Vietnam or Mexico. Ooh, sounds good. Sounds good. I keep seeing these Instagram reels about Vietnam and about crossing the street in Vietnam. That kind of freaks me out. I don't know how true it is. So, as someone who has been to Vietnam can maybe confirm. But apparently, no one stops for you at the crosswalk, so you just have to walk. You just have to walk slowly across the street, and everyone goes around you, full speed on their bikes and maybe cars. And I'm like, that sounds terrifying. Like, I am facing death every time I cross the street. Like, that sounds terrible. I feel like I couldn't go to Vietnam just for that. Your friend is from Vietnam and he hyped it up. I mean, but the food would be fire. Like, maybe I would brave crossing the street if there was some good food on the other street. A really yummy looking Viet sub on the other street. You got like 20 more years. Okay, that's a long time. No traffic lights in Vietnam and a sea of mopeds. I know. And apparently the dogs just people have dogs and they just like they just ride on the back of the moped on the scooters and they just like balance. I'm like, that's crazy. Luca would fall off. He's not a Vietnamese dog. He's a Cuban Canadian Japanese dog. Um The cars in Cuba are all vintage. They weren't allowed to import or export cars, so all the cars are from the 50s. Oh. So is that good or bad? You like vintage cars? Is that what you mean? I mean, obviously it's like not good in terms of like, they can't have cars imported, but I guess if you like vintage cars, it would be cool to see. You went to Vietnam last year. It's true. It was scary at first, but you get used to it. It sounds terrifying. I don't know if I can get used to that. Yeah, welcome in, Peel. I'm glad you had a. Did you enjoy Vietnam? Um, there's this banh mi pho spot in my hood called Saigon Drip Drip, and they make like a pho style banh mi sandwich, and you dip it in pho broth. That sounds really good. It's insane. Yeah, that sounds so good. You did retire like 3 years ago for 6 months, and you got bored. Fair enough. Fair enough. Not anymore. Vintage cars are everywhere, but normal ones are also everywhere these days. I see. I see. Um, you slept like crap. Oh no, I'm sorry. I hope you sleep better tonight. You had a Viet pork belly clay pot. Pork belly. What's a clay pot? Recently, it was amazing. I mean, pork belly. I love pork belly. You just love planes too much. Fair enough. Fair enough. Wait, so you're in the military? Are you like in a plane part of the military? I don't know much about the military. I just know what you guys tell me and what Kalani tells me. And I've learned do not call non-army branches army. Don't say army if they're in like the Marines. Like do not say that. That's what I've learned. Um it's food they cook in a clay pot with rice and veggies and pork belly. Okay, that sounds good. That does sound good. Overall, you love Vietnam. Yeah, you want to go back. It was super hot though, but so much good food and coffee. Oh, I didn't know they had really good coffee, but that sounds tempting. Vietnamese food and really good coffee. Sounds so good. I've never been to like other places in Asia aside from Japan and Korea, like barely. So I would love to go. I would love to go to other places in Asia. But yeah, I guess if you go in the summer, it's probably really hot. Um, you think you mentioned you almost died from bad tonkatsu? Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that. I remember that. You were a pilot and now I'm a FAA inspector. I don't know what that is, but that sounds cool. Sounds cool. I guess makes sense if you love planes. You're playing Earthbound. You're gonna try and beat it this time. Is it your first time playing Earthbound? Um, I did try playing Earthbound at some point. Cause I know Undertale, my favorite game, Undertale, is very inspired by Earthbound, but I couldn't really get very far. Marines is not Army. I know exactly. You cannot be saying that. I will be slapped by Kalani. um, shout out to Ness. Yeah, Ness is cool. You love coffee, don't we all? Um, I can explain if you like. Sure, yeah, sure. You met a Vietnamese woman a few years ago, and she cooked a delicious plate that I think had rice. I don't remember well, but that doesn't really narrow it down. But yeah, Vietnamese food is really good. Yeah, it doesn't narrow it down. Right. Yeah, like Asian food with rice. um, you have played the game before, but never got past a certain point, leaving the game unbeaten. I see. I see. Would you recommend me try it again, or do you think I would suffer and not enjoy it? Asian food with rice literally every day. Ricky just getting bullied. But to be fair, you were very vague. Maybe it was like vermicelli. They should remake Earthbound. Yeah, I would love a Earthbound remake. I would play that. I'm very interested in Earthbound. Like I said, inspired Undertale, so very curious about it. Yeah, the music is so good. Yeah, the music is so good. Um, you played all three Mother games, even the one that's not available. You're making chicken and rice if you want some. That sounds good. I have a lot of I have a lot of food available to me right now. There's a decent fan translation. Oh, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. I think I've heard about this. Yeah, I guess I can. What do we be thinking? He's like, I learned Japanese for 10 years so I could play Mother 3. I'm sure someone has done that. I remember when the stream played K-pop music. Literally 17 is playing right now. I don't know what you're talking about. Um, there's plans for it, but the creator of the series said no. I mean, they didn't even port Mother 3. Like, you'd think if they were gonna make a remake, they would at least, like, you know, do something like that. Um, never listened to them, you're bad. You can't just assume because you've never heard it, it's not K-pop. Imagine walking through a busy airport hangar. An FAA inspector is right there, clipboard in hand, eyes shut. Oh, this is so very descriptive. Checking every inch of the airplane. They're the federal pros who make sure planes, pilots, airlines, and mechanics follow strict safety rules. Ooh, I see. Their whole job is catching problems before anyone boards, keeping the skies safe for everyone. Oh, well, thank you for your service. Keeping my plane safe when I'm flying. I watched an entire playthrough of Police Knots. What the hell is a police knot? The game is so sick. I don't know what that is. I hope I'm painting a proper picture. No, yeah, I get what you mean. You're like the safety guy for flying. That's cool. Sounds like a very important job. You can't even do cool things like text and fly. Yeah, you can. Have you been on the Air Canada flight recently? You can text for free. It's a Kojima game that never came out in the States. Oh, it never had a localization? I see. I see. Oh, as the pilot, yeah. I think Thunder would come and yell at you or get you fired if you were texting and flying. They had an icon skin for Fortnite. We had to buy a whole phone to get what? You had to buy a phone? There was another Kojima game. Thank God, guys. I think I don't know if I can play more Kojima games. Um, I don't know. I don't know about this. You can as long as you're not a pilot. I mean, yeah, fair enough. There's a game that came out before Snatcher 2 that was localized. Called Snatcher. Total ripoff of Terminator and Blade Runner, but that sounds kind of sick. We need more like Blade Runner type games. Just to be clear, thank God it didn't come out. Screw Kojima. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. There's probably a lot of games out there that never got localized. But you know, I have that Japanese buff. I can play games in Japanese if I wanted to. But will I? Probably not. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Enjoy the Mallow Mart. Have a nice Mallow Mart dance party without me. Okay, BRB. Okay, okay, I'm back. Hope you guys enjoyed the Malo Mart dance party. I don't know when my chat reset. It didn't used to reset before, but now it does. So I don't don't really know what's up with that. Maybe I changed something. Chat box, chat box. Did I change something? I guess not. It just reset on its own. I guess it just does that. Whatever. Monster Hunter 3D Portable, third portable, was never released in the West, and it's one of the most liked old generation Monster Hunter games. You played in Japanese back in the day. Had no idea what was happening, but I had the killing monster part clear enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, you could play a game in a different language and you know kind of figure it out, but it depends on the game probably. Like my uncle with Unicorn Overlord. I don't think a strategy game really works out in a different language. I think it was a little complex. Can't remember who it was. I think it was maybe Angel was asking about Final Fantasy Tactics as well. I was curious about that because I think I might get him that game next. My uncle. When I go to Japan this year, I'm thinking give him Final Fantasy Tactics because he loves those kind of games. Um, I was thinking of replaying Tears of the Kingdom, the Switch 2 version. Yeah, yeah, you can. W niece. Thank you, thank you. Do you guys want to guess how many hours he's put in Unicorn? I've actually checked on it recently. How many hours do you guys think he's put in Unicorn Overlord now? Where is he? How do I look at my whole friends list? Welcome in, rival. 12, 105, 300. Any other guesses? Welcome in, Minnie. Maybe Chad and each scenes are different instances of the same instance. I mean, I haven't changed anything. That's why. That's why I'm like I was a bit confused why it's different. 1,000. Okay. Your guesses are really on the extremes, rival. 135 hours. Not bad, not bad. He finished The Witcher. He played Witcher for 285 hours. And then I gave him Octopath Traveler 2 and he played that for 280 hours. And a lot of you guys already know this, but he played Tears of Kingdom for 445 hours. He's a bit of a gamer. He's a bit of a gamer. So yeah, I think he likes those games. I don't know how much time you even can put in Unicorn. I don't know how long Unicorn Overlord is. But yeah, 135 seems like pretty decent. So if he really likes that, but it seems like he likes Octopath the best. Or maybe Octopath is just a longer game. I don't know. I don't know enough about this. I know he loves Fire Emblem. He loves turn-based games because he has a hard time with action games. Because he's not that good at the controller. Games more than me. He absolutely games more than me. He degens it. And welcome in, GM. Hope you're doing well today. You guys ever wonder what's next for Zelda? Imagine Tears of the Kingdom 2. Same map. It still has Unova. I don't have an issue with Unova. I have an issue with the same map. If they're like, by the way, we're doing Tears of the Kingdom 2 and it has the same map again, I would be so mad. I'd be like, guys, like, get off your butts and make a new map. It's not that hard. You're all right. Just chilling before work. Nice, nice. I'm doing good. I have today off, so I'm chilling. I have a bunch of errands to run today, but other than that, it's my own choice. um, Classic Twice is best Twice. I have to disagree. I love Classic Twice. Don't get me wrong, but I like their newer stuff. Maybe not all of it, but I like a lot of their newer music. By newer, I mean like post concept switch, like fancy onwards. And welcome in, Sushi Gamer. Hope you're doing well today. If you could pet dogs and make spaghetti now, though. Petting dogs. Little tempting, little tempting. But same map, no way. Especially if it's $100 again. Like $100 game, same map, like no way. I don't know. I feel like nothing can I feel like nothing is gonna come. I think Breath of the Wild was special because it was the first game to really do that. And I think now that Breath of the Wild has done that, it's gonna be very hard to improve upon it. Fancy is good. Yeah, Fancy is a great song. What if they got islands in space? Hmm. Legend of Zelda Galaxy. Hmm. Zelda in space? I can see that. Okay. He said anything after 2019 isn't that good. God, I disagree. What about the feels? The feels is a classic. And Talk That Talk? I love Talk That Talk. Um, in an underground zone. Underground. Ooh. Space dungeon with like low grav. Oh, we already had a low gravity one though. The the water temple. It was low gravity. It was super annoying though. I did not like the low gravity. Deeper depth than high Hyrule. Just like creatively bankrupt. There's like no, nothing. No, just like oh, what if we did everything but more? Like oh, like the towers are taller and the sky islands are higher and the depths are lower. Crazy. Queen of Hearts. Oh, Queen of Hearts is good. Yeah, Queen of Hearts is great. Next time Ganondorf is gonna float the castle into space. He's like, guys, it didn't work last time. I just gotta float it higher. You know, that could work. Yeah, that'd be just ridiculous, but I don't know. I don't know what it would take for me to like want to play on the next Zelda game. Cause like I love Breath of the Wild. I love Breath of the Wild so much, but I don't know. I think if they just made something more, if it was just similar to Breath of the Wild and had like a new map, I think I would be happy. Like it wouldn't be like I wouldn't be like, oh, this game is my top game of all time, but I think I would still enjoy playing it. Um, but if they just go focus on like the mechanics and stuff like that, then I don't really I don't really care about that. I think what I love about Breath of the Wild is like the atmosphere. I think Breath of the Wild, like Tears of Kingdom, really, really changed the atmosphere of Hyrule. You know what I mean? Breath of the Wild, like that kind of like calm, empty, like subdued, very quiet, lonely sort of vibe of Breath of the Wild. I find that really, really um like I find that very captivating. That's what I really loved about Breath of the Wild. It was and people complain that the game is like empty and there's like not like enemies everywhere and like treasure chests everywhere and stuff like that. I like how empty it is. Like I think it has like a very specific atmosphere and I like it. Um Next time, sorry, I read that. The current rumor is that same engine and possibly splitting time. Yeah, I could see it doing that. There's definitely some time travel shenanigans. The Zelda you play as Ganondorf, but same map. I would love to play as Ganondorf. Yeah, that'd be pretty sick. But yeah, I think it's something about Breath of the Wild's vibe. I don't think they'll ever recapture it with the direction that they're heading in. Because they're very focused on like, oh, we're gonna make the gameplay mechanics like this, and we're gonna add more content in certain areas and stuff like that. Um, while I love Breath of the Wild just for like the atmosphere and the quiet exploration, you know? I think we'll get another Zelda remake game and a lot of old school Link to the Past games before we get another full blown game. I think it'll be a while before another entry like that. You don't mind the same art style? You love the cell shading for that game. Yeah, I love the art. I love Breath of the Wild art style. I think it's really pretty. Um, And it runs, I mean, Tears of the Kingdom runs less well, but it works for what it is, you know? Like, it runs on the Switch. It looks great, and I think it matches the atmosphere of the game, so I think it's great. Yeah, I just want Breath of the Wild again with a new map. That's like all I want. Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom runs well. No, I mean Breath of the Wild always ran well. Like aside from like Rock Forest, like it ran. It was very very impressive how well it ran. Um, Especially now comparing it to like Pokemon Scarlet Violet, you know, like everyone they're like the Pokemon defenders are like, oh, like it's because of the Switch hardware, like the Switch hardware it can't run. But like I'm like, bro, like everyone has played Breath of the Wild or like seen like Xenoblade, like it's not the hardware. It's just you didn't do it right, you know. Now it's 4K 60. Well, I don't really mind. I never wanted Breath of the Wild to run more, you know, like I thought it was fine. Tears of the Kingdom did bother me. Tears of the Kingdom was a bit laggy at many points, but I didn't like Tears of the Kingdom for many reasons other than the performance. And the performance wasn't like abysmal by any means. There's just some areas uh like Laurelin Village. Oh my god, Laurelin Village was like was like a disaster. Like I don't know if you guys have if you played Tears of the Kingdom. There's like in Laurelin Village, there's like it's like a big enemy encounter and like you had to fight a bunch of enemies, but it was like a slideshow. Yeah, there's like Bacall and stuff on the pirate ships, and then there's ones on the shore, and you have to like they're like, oh, like this area's been overrun, like you have to clear it out, but like it runs like garbage. Oh my god, that place was horrible. Um, so yeah, that was. But the rest of the game was like all right. Like there was frame drops here and there, but nothing as bad as Laurelin Village, man. I think this is Laurelin Village. This art that I've had for many years. I just never hung it up. Laurelin Village, Zora's Domain. Very pretty arts. Stories 3 came out. It has a demo on Steam that people say is 90% of the game's content. Gotta be exaggeration. You can try it out. It's like Pokemon but very pretty. Okay, okay. If there's a demo, then I could definitely try it out. The Bokoblins did the GPU attack before gaping maw. True, true. It was just like I don't know. I guess it was the sheer number of enemies in that area. Who knows? I feel like I didn't tamper around enough with building cool machines. I think yeah. I think because you could build like that two fans steering stick, you know. So like it's like what's the point of like being like it was a little bit clunky to build with. Um, it was a little bit clunky to build with, and um, you didn't really need anything more than the two fan steering stick, you know. So it's like, what was the point? Also, guys, I went the whole game with only having one battery. I had no idea about this. I had no idea how to upgrade the batteries, and no one told me. So I went the whole game with one battery, and I still now I don't even remember how you upgrade the batteries. I just remember finding it later on, like at the end, and I was like, oh. But I guess I got through the game anyway. It doesn't matter. Except the monsters are ugly as hell compared to Pokemon's. I do like cute Pokemon. People like them anyway since they're known from mainline Monster Hunter. Okay, I'll check it out. I just got complaining that there was no Thunderclap Rush or powered up Master Sword the whole time. Yeah. What do you think about the Zelda movie being live action? I really wish it was animated. Yeah, it's a really stupid decision for it to be live action. I think it's gonna look ridiculous. All I can think about is like the Zoras being live action, or like the Ritos being live action, or like the Gorons being. Oh my god, all the characters like aside from like the Gerudo maybe, they're gonna all look horrific. And Zelda was so well suited to be like a Ghibli style movie. It would have been so beautiful as a Ghibli style movie, but uh, whatever. Maybe their budget was too small to make an animated movie. Who knows? Get a full battery pack early on because of glitches, but they patched that now. Gotta take forever to get all the batteries. Yeah, they need to stop patching all that stuff out. You're back? You got donuts? Nice. I tried eating a donut at my mom's house yesterday, and it was, like, super stale. So I was like, "Ah, I guess I can't eat this donut." It was, like, really gross. It was not a good donut. It's very hard to have a bad donut, but it was not a good donut. So I went home and I ate Oreos. Had a bunch of Oreos. I couldn't stop. I was started eating Oreos, and then I couldn't stop eating Oreos. They're pretty good. What kind of just normal Oreos. There are many different kind of Oreos now, to be fair. But I was just eating normal ones, like the default yeah, the default ones. Is that bad? No Valentine's plans, eat Oreos is a great Valentine's plan. Um, I was talking to my Pilates instructor, and she was like, "Oh, what are you doing for Valentine's Day?" And then she was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm going out for dinner with" she's married now, with her husband, but he just got his wisdom teeth out. And I was like, "Oh, the poor guy." He got them out on, like, earlier this week. So they're having, like, a post-wisdom teeth, romantic Valentine's Day dinner. Like, the donuts I tried last time in Dunkin' only like the normal chocolate ones. You like to try filled one. I hate filled donuts. I'm anti-filled donuts. So they're still the best. You're a big default food guy. Yeah. Always the default one is the best. Not always, but like a lot of times. Like, for example, there's like the mochi ice cream, the Yukimi Daifuku, with the mochi and then the ice cream in the middle. The vanilla one is the best one. Like, there's like strawberry, there's mango, there's matcha, and I love those flavors, don't get me wrong. But the best one is the vanilla one. Same with Melina, honestly. Melina, still the best one. Um, the abju will fade if you miss one time. No, I went to Pilates yesterday. But yeah, I missed last week's Pilates because I was moving that day. And yeah, when we did some of the ab workouts, I was a bit dying. I need to build up my abs again because I think I lost them because I didn't have Pilates all in December and um I was busy recently moving, so I didn't do Pilates in between. I know, but why? Because there's always too much filling. And I like the donut part more than the cream part. I like classic dishes too, like pepperoni pizza is your fave. Yeah, yeah. Pepperoni pizza is pretty good. When I get pho, I just get a steak, not all that tripe and other animal part. I usually get brisket in my pho. Or like or like the rare beef. But if I'm getting takeout, I don't get the rare one because I don't know how it will cook properly. Um, yeah, that's what I normally do. I don't actually really uh like the more like that other parts of animals as well, like tripe and um just yeah, I like just like the meat part of of animals. Do you like pizza? Yeah, but only the borders. The crust? I like the crust, yeah, but I don't eat just the crust. You know what I mean? I think it's the same with donuts. Like with donuts, it's like 'cause like the main attraction of the donut is the donut part. You know what I mean? Pizza's all about the balance as well. Um, yeah, it's crust, it's crust. We know what he meant, Chicano, come on. Um, but it would be like if a pizza had like the crust was like this and the toppings was like this. Like that would be a gross pizza, right? Like there's this much crust and this much cheese. Like wouldn't that be kind of gross? Like that's how I feel about filled donuts. Cuz like usually there's so much filling in the donut and I don't like it. And I feel the same way about a lot of cake frosting. Usually there's way too much frosting on the cake. Appreciate correction more than not saying anything. I corrected you nicely. I didn't say it was diabolical. I just said, "Oh, you mean the crust?" Chicano said diabolical. Um, you like to try the variety flavors and then be disappointed again didn't get the usual. So true, so true. Yeah, I do that. I do that a lot as well. You gotta try it at least once though, because like, what if it is better? You know, like what if the banana melon really is better? Stuffed border pizza. You gotta get your passport to cross the stuffed border pizza. Not a bad thing you start saying that. You can start saying that. Gotta remember the feelings. Yeah, I just corrected it quickly and then I answered the question. I'm gonna say that now too. So Ricky's starting trends. That's like actually what happens with me and my family in Japanese though. Cause my family I do the exact same thing in Japanese, so I know the feeling. Like I will say something that's like people know what I mean, but it's not the right word, right? And then my family just starts saying it because they think it's funny. And then it becomes like it becomes like an inside joke in my family. Everyone starts saying it. Too much bread. I love the borders. Come on. Right click games is such a good phrase though. Like it's not even like an incorrect. It's not even like incorrect. I think he just created a word for something that didn't exist and it was perfect. Um, I love right click games. Um, we just Japanese is just terrible, so they roast her. They love making fun of me. A border can make or break a pizza for sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's like it might not be the most exciting part of a pizza, but it's like the foundation, right? Like if a pizza has a really bad crust, like it's not gonna be good. The other day I was looking at watches, and the lady talked about ch- chitan, titanium. Is that titanium? Bro, they need to stop like making it so weird. That's so weird. I would have not guessed that. Not if it was out of context and not talking about watches, I would not have guessed that. Sometimes they put katakana things like so weird. Like I'm like sometimes I'm like most of the time it like sounds right, but like sometimes I'm like why would you make it like that? Ocean sauce breaks a pizza too. Ratzi, you've broken pizza in many ways. Titanium, but a cheese sound? Don't know. It's like I went my whole life not knowing that Bamonto kare was Vermont curry. I was like, bro, why would you put it like that? Like if they put like it's like Bamondo as well. It's like a do at the end, and I was like, if they put like Berumonto, then I'll be like, oh, Vermont. Like I could figure that out, but Bamondo, like would have never figured that out in a million years. And like it's Vermont, and also it makes no sense because like Vermont is it famous for curry? Like who thinks about Vermont when they think about curry? Like so that's why I was like so confused. What is Vermont? It's like a city in America. Um, as the dictionary separates countries and pizza crust exactly. There's another family shopping about the staff and family looked at this half kid in their family and he helped the word deducing and figured it out. The double knowledge, it helps. Is it an estate? Oh. Is it a state? Is Vermont a state or a city? Oh, it's a state. Okay. You know what I mean, though. Like it was nonsensical. I went my whole life, and then one day I was like in a store in Canada, and an it was like a translated package of Vermont curry, and it said Vermont curry, and I was like, huh. And then I looked on the top, and it had the katakana, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't know my whole life. Um, there's no T sound in Japan, so they just shorten it to just chitan. No, but they could literally just say titanium. Like they could say ta, because it's like we say ta. Like we say titanium. So they could say ta. Why chi? You know, I need to bring this up with the president. Hey, the prime minister, the emperor, please change this. Um, isn't it the Vermont the curry capital? I know, right? That's why I never would have guessed. Like, if it was like really like, if it was like something related to curry that I would could have figured out from context, and then I feel like I would have had a better chance of figuring out that it meant Vermont. Um, but like the fact that it's Vermont and it's curry related, I was like, I would have never guessed that. Um, animal names and Japanglish is truly impossible. Sometimes it's so weird. Um, and the amount of words with the N sound, like sus words, I've seen reels about specific brand whiskey. Um, from Niigata. Oh, and it's just Mocha. I guess I don't know though. Um, Vermont offers a lot of good benefits to immigrants, so they open up a lot of shops. Oh, so they do have a lot of curry. That's still so random though. Um, you're a big nanami togarashi spice guy. Sprinkle a bunch of that on my ramen. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm not a big togarashi guy. I don't know. And welcome in cryo for doing well today. Yeah, I'm like my spice tolerance is not the best. I can handle like a bit of spice. Yeah, I can handle like Japanese level of spice. Which is not a lot. It's not that spicy in Japan. Like it really just depends who you're talking to. Cause like if you say like, oh, I can oh sorry. If you're like, oh, I can handle like a little bit of spice, that means something very different to different people. Cause I was eating, like I said, I was eating hot pot earlier like last on Friday, and I was talking to my coworkers and they're Chinese. And um yeah, their definition of a bit of spice is very different from my definition of a bit of spice. Although one of my coworkers, um she's Chinese as well, and she can't eat spice. So it's apparently it depends where you're from as well. Cause like I always thought like Chinese food as a whole was just very spicy. But she was like, oh no, I'm from she says she's from Shanghai. Um, and or I don't know if she was like directly from Shanghai or like maybe nearby. But she was like, "Oh yeah, where I'm from, like the food is not that like there's we don't have a lot of spicy food." Um, so yeah, so she has like no spice tolerance even though she's Chinese. Y'all need to step up your spice. I know. I wish I was like I love being Japanese, but I wish Japanese food was spicy so I could have been born with that spice tolerance. You know what I mean? Because like if you're like say like Mexican or like Indian and like you grow up eating all the spicy food, then you develop a tolerance to it. But I obviously never did. Um, I have the best spice tolerance in my family, which is not a lot. So like I never had a chance to build up a spice tolerance. You're mid on spice, so I'll have a habanero hot sauce and my Lawson hashed potato. But then my stomach is upset. Maybe my mouth is stronger than my stomach. Yeah, yeah. I guess if it hurts your stomach, then like don't do it. I think normally most cultures near the equator eat spicier food. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Um, wasabi be crazy. I mean, wasabi's spicy in like a different way, and you don't normally eat like a bunch of wasabi at once, you know? It's just normally like a little bit, and it's like it's not. It's I think it's like a radish, so it's spicier in like a it comes to your sinuses kind of way, rather than like a burning your mouth. Okay, you want me to wear the huta hat? You want me to steal it off Gudetama? Oh my god, poor Gudetama. Um. Can't wait to 7-Eleven Japanese styles or American one. Yeah, these days I never go to. I mean I don't go to seven. I don't think I've ever been to 7-Eleven in Canada. Okay, let me steal the hat from Gudetama. You have spice tolerance until you had to get your gallbladder and part of your intestines removed. Yeah, that's probably not great for digesting spice. I need to take off my clips. Sorry. Um ruining the illusion of the hair clips. Um, wasabi is yeah, wasabi is not pepper. Um, Tama looks so devastated that he stole the hat. I know, I know. Now he's mad at Maestro. He has a grudge now. Look at him. Look at him. Look how bald he is, this guy. Poor guy. Look, he's like, oh my god. I was my drip. It's gone, you know? Yeah, just chill out, Asian. Japanese not allowed. What you said, just chill out. Just chill out. Um, he was hat fishing. Now we know his secret. Oh no. Good Tama not feeling no longer feeling the what? The Honmoon? Like are we talking K-pop Demon Hunters? Um, yeah. Maestro's gonna be bullied for stealing the Hu Tao hat. It's okay. Everyone was just very attached to the good Itaoma. Um, some of us can read that. True, true. Yeah, I just don't. Like I said before, it's okay to compliment. It's okay to compliment like, oh, like that's a cute hat. Or like you know, it's be like, oh, like I like your shirt or whatever. Um, no, please follow the rules. Um, yeah, like it's okay to be like, oh, like I like your hat or like your thing, but I don't generally like compliments about my appearance and stuff like that because you know I'm just here to stream. I'm not here to be like complimented or hit on or stuff like that. You change to look like a gunslinger like this. Thank you from TFT. Gunslinger. Am I Lucian and Senna? Um, Maestro came in and churned the butter. What does that mean? Um, what does that mean? Uh, like a normal gun. What's a normal gunslinger? Like a Western guy? Like in a Western movie or something like that? You didn't mean like that? You meant about Huta. Okay, yeah, it's fine. I'm sure you understand. Like being on Twitch, there's a lot of people who come in who are like saying stuff like that. So I like to just not have any of that. Like a Western. Oh, I'm a Western guy. That's me. That's me. Don't make us Asians look bad. Bringing down the reputation. Um, Let me start a Google Docs. Everyone write the compliments there instead of the chat. Nah. Okay, only so everyone can out themselves, and then I will time out all the people who put stuff there. Um, yeah, hello, fellow white people. I love America and shooting revolver. Um, it would be like the band. Oh, okay, they can self-report. I get you. Yeah, we're all chill and we're all bros here. We're homies. Get a Tomo reaction the whole street. It's only 10 minutes. It's only 10 minutes. He'll get his hat back in 5 minutes. You get enough as it is, do you? You watch on the PC, but type on mobile not to wake up Kimmy with the clicky keyboard. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet of you. Ricky just like winning the husband game. Shooting a revolver. Just like Ocelot. Oh, that would be me. You sound just like one of us. You missed my amazing Texan accent earlier. Oh my god, it was like so perfect. Like all the Texans came out. They're like, "Wow, like I didn't know you were from here." You know, like it's so yeah, it was perfect. I can't even begin to replicate it. Yes, we need to donate for. Oh, I see. I don't have donations. Um, you're a Texan. You want to hear? No. Wait, actually, Texans were here. Um, I know you do oh, okay, I see, I see. You thought Ricky is a IRL husbando? He is. It's worse when you're with your kids. What do you mean? Wait, who that? Yeah, I know, Ratzi. Someone stole Gudetama's hat. Um, I would believe that you had the Declaration of Independence memorized word for word. That's me. That's me. I have I have a American flag attached to my Ford F-150. That's me. And now he's sad. He does look a little sad, doesn't he? Poor guy. But yeah, thanks for the 3 stream streak equation. He looks so bald, doesn't he? Poor guy. You want an American flag on an F-150? Trucks are so expensive, man. You have 2 daughters and I constantly get asked am I bothering them and others suspect things and I'm out with the oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's annoying. People should just mind their own business. I mean, I understand, like, I guess it's nice that people are looking out for I guess it's nice that people are looking out for children, but some people need to, like, it's a lot of times it's just, like, racism, you know? 'Cause, like, and especially I heard this happens more often with, like, men, 'cause, like, it's like kind of misogyny in a sense where people just expect the person that would be out with the children is like the mom. So a lot of times like if you're the father, then you get a lot more people questioning you. Um represent your country, true, true. Um sorry I'm late, my fellow Westerners. There's a huge line at the tractor store. So true, so true. And I was I was at the tractor store, and then I was at the gun store getting like 500 pounds of ammo to put in the back of my pickup truck, you know. I went to Texas to California, and I wish there was a tractor store. You're really living up to the stereotype. 'Cause I'm trying to date my daughter, kidnapped my 8-month-old. Oh my god. Um, I've heard so many people's stories. Like, people go on like adult daughters will go on like a go out to dinner with like their dad, and then people will be like, "Oh, is this your wife?" And it's like, "Oh my god, like please do not like if you're not sure, if you're the waiter and you're not sure, why would you assume wife? Like just don't say anything. Just say like, "Hey, are you having a nice time?" Like, bro, like in what why would they assume that this man is dating, like, some like, maybe the daughter looks old and the father looks young, I don't know, but, like, come on. Like, just don't say anything, like, people are so, like, "Just mind your business." I'm confused why the first assumption isn't father-daughter. Who knows? People just have, like, weird, like people just have weird, you know, what am I trying to say? Like, they just have weird assumptions or, um, like, biases, right? Um, they're definitely just weird-minded. Yeah. I mean, I think, like, 99% of people are normal, and they won't say anything because 'cause they'll be like, "Oh, this person is out with their children," right? Like 99% of people, but there's always that one person who's, like, a little bit racist or, like, a little bit, misogynistic or a little bit, like a little bit of a Karen, and, you know, they just cause problems. Um, one time a waitress thought my mom was my girlfriend. Yeah, like, why say anything? Like, come on. My twins are 21 and the baby is 8 months old. Your twins are 21? Oh, I see, I see. I've literally never gone this in Europe. Is it a common thing to just assume people are together constantly in the US? I don't think it happens, like, constantly. I think it's just, like, people are more likely to, like, post about it online or whatever. I got spaghetti in maple syrup. Bro, Ratzi, what are you doing? Um, it is not common in Canada. It's That is really strange. The waitress heard me say mom, and she was like, "That's your mom?" And she was glazing my mom for looking young. I guess your mom would be happy for thinking she looks young, but at the same time, being mistaken to her being dating when you're like child and parent is like really gross. I should have said also my girlfriend has a power. Ew, but like you don't want to joke about that with your mom. Like, you had them young mistakes were made. Yeah, I was just surprised at the age gap. But yeah, makes sense. Um, I'm sure you are a great parent regardless. Um, I was like 13, 14. I was embarrassed while they're doing the yes screen. I know, like it's such an uncomfortable situation to put both the parent and the child in, right? Casual snake boss, really? Oh my god, I'm gonna start on the snake boss relationship. He was like, "Oh, she was my mother figure, but also my lover." I was like, "Bro, what?" Kojima, I guess, has mommy issues. Okay, I'm gonna give the hat back to Gudetama. You guys can be happy about Gudetama having his hat back, okay? Oh yeah, solid snake. Thanks for the 99, Ricky. You're Hispanic and you went to a Vietnamese friend's dinner party yesterday. And your mom and his mom went up to me and said, "Sorry, I don't have tamales." Bro, that's such a such an Asian thing. That's such a honestly, like I think a lot of um older Asian people, they mean well, but like they have very little exposure to foreigners. So they're like low key racist, you know. She didn't think it was colonial. I did think it was for a moment, but I saw it. Your wife and daughter get mistaken as siblings. I mean, that's like okay. Getting mistaken as siblings is better than being mistaken as a couple, right? Like, especially if you're related. I feel like you should just shouldn't make any assumptions if you don't know. Um, your ex is Vietnamese, and her mom thought I was like from Mexico. Would buy me lots of Mexican pastries and snacks I never even tried before. Yeah, it's like stuff like that. It's like stuff like that is like okay, they mean well. It's a little, maybe a little, not like racist, but like maybe a bit like stereotypical. They might be like, oh, like 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 I think with a lot of older, especially older Asian people who like maybe have never really met a foreigner, um, like or never really met a foreigner, they might be like, "Oh, you're from Mexico? Like, do you eat tacos every day?" They might like ask stuff like that. Like, it is like racist, but they don't mean well. Like, they don't have any ill intent, and they don't think like they might. I mean, some people might, but like they don't generally think like badly. Um, but they're just very ignorant. Accidental racism. Yeah. We waffled around on things and more stuff happened, especially with the last one. I mean, yeah, life happens. Sounds like you're, your kids are doing well and you're happy. People here think Kimmy and I, her little sister's parents. Oh, how old is her sister? I thought she was like a teenager or not a teenager, but like, like around like 10 or something. Oh, she's 9. Okay, I guess, yeah, fair enough. I mean that's understandable, right? Like if you two are clearly a couple out with a young child, then you might be like, "Oh, that's their child." Um, I think that's like an innocent assumption, right? Like versus being like, "Oh, like you know, like versus saying like, "Oh, like are you two dating?" And it's like a like siblings or parent or whatever. Especially with a parent, it's like there's clearly like a really big age gap. Like, why would you assume couple? Um, oh, he definitely loves these. Like her mom actually put me on. I mean, fair enough. It's like a European family going, sorry, I don't have any tofu. Yeah. Um, the people don't have ill intent are the ones you have to crush the most. What? Um, are the twins? Um, now the twins, people think they are dating. What? People think your twins are dating each other? Ew. When they find out it's you are also you are also single, asking for a friend. What? Weird. Um, that's some dictator stuff. You'll go far. Oh no. Um, Road to Hell is paved with good intentions. Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's like I don't know. As someone obviously who does experience like both sides of it, because like I know a lot of Japanese people, like older Japanese people who might be the ones who say something like that, or have stuff like that said to me. It's like, sometimes it's coming from ignorance and sometimes it's coming from malice, right? And it really just depends on like how if it's something that you want to address and you speak to them about it, it kind of depends how they respond to that. Um, a lot of stuff to consider. And it depends on the person. Like I think um it depends on the person too. Like some people may be more upset by that than others, and it's all valid. As long as cabinet, that's true, that's true. It's a shutdown. It just make me panic in a weird way each time. Oh no, did I have a kid I didn't know about? um, if I meet you IRL, do you like bullet trains? Oh no, don't even get me started. What's your favorite bullet train fact? I don't think I know any bullet train facts. Your twins are fraternal, one male, one female. I know, but like, I assume that, but like, still, to assume that they're dating is weird. I feel like people should just like not, yeah, like I said, people should just not say stuff if they're not sure, unless you see them clearly doing something that's like showing that they're dating. Like if they're holding hands, if they kiss, like if they like, like whatever. If they're clearly dating, then sure you can assume. But like if they're just like if they're just hanging out, like why assume? Like they might just be friends, they might be siblings, it might be whatever, like cousins, like so many things. Um, they're really fat. True, true. I would hope the corny asked when you met. I don't think he asked anything about bullet trains. Not that I remember. Yeah, if you guys don't know the history behind this, I once had a chatter like years ago who was like every time he came into chat, he was like, "Oh, do you like bullet trains? Do you like suck it? Do you like taking off your shoes when you enter the house?" And I was like, I was like explaining to him, I was like, "Hey, like just because I'm Japanese doesn't mean like you can ask just only about Japanese things, right? Like, are you like origami? Yeah. Um, yeah. So then you got a lot of interesting chatters. They hang out a lot. I mean, that's great. Yeah, I'm glad your twins are close. Um, the K-pop weirdos love to assume a idol is dating someone because they hang out with the person. Yeah, that too. That too. I think they just don't know what having friends are like. um, you like origami? True. Do you like piano? Is not like just Japanese though. I think it's just like asking about like sushi or whatever. Rice? Oh, true, rice. Yeah. I mean, I do like some of those things. I do like taking off my shoes inside, and I do like eating rice. And I don't feel that strongly about origami and bullet trains, but bullet trains I guess are good because they're fast. They can be really mean to each other though, but siblings will do that. Yeah, fair enough. Um, Gotta ask Miju polar opposite question. Do you like country music and F-150s and American flag? Yes. Do you like guns, burgers, and 10-gallon hats? What the hell is a 10-gallon hat? Um, that happens even in social groups in Japan. It's kind of annoying. I think it's like because in at least in East Asia, um, there is like there are more like a lot of times they're more like socially conservative, I guess, like that. So maybe it's like there's a lot of like dating questions, and I think a lot of times people are weird about like opposite. There's a lot of like heteronormativity as well. So like, I think that's it kind of ties into it all. Um, Not taking off your shoes inside should be a criminal offense anyway. Exactly, exactly. Um, I do like sushi. Yeah, I mean, sushi's great. 10-gallon hat is a big hat. I guess it's just a really big hat. In East Asia, we are banned from having opposite sex friends or interactions. If you speak to the opposite sex, then you must be dating. No other explanation. I know, I know. It is like that sometimes. Um, I mean, obviously, like I don't live there, so I don't have the most insight into it. But at least from like the way my family talk and stuff like that, they're like, "Oh, like your cousin has been hanging out with this guy." They're like, "Are you sure you're not dating?" And then like, um, for example, um my mom's tenant, she's Japanese, and she had a really, really close friend who was a guy. And they were like completely just friends, but they were like super, super close. And like apparently they would just be like constantly, constantly asked, like, "Oh, you must be dating. Like, you guys are such good friends. Like, you must be dating." And I'm like, that's so annoying. Like, come on. And they were both like, because they're Japanese people who like wanted to live overseas, so they're a bit more like progressive, and they're like, yeah, like men and women can be friends. Um and like so like they're like really annoyed by all that, like just constantly. Appreciate how you specify East Asia. Yeah, I know. It's sometimes easy to just say Asia, but obviously Asia's a very big place. Um how to rep locally as a playboy because I was practicing language skills with everyone, including women. I was like, bro, I didn't do anything. Bro, that's so stupid. Yeah. I hate that too. And it's like so like one, it kind of assumes that like yeah, like the only relationships like men and women can have is romantic. And it's like there's no value to a platonic relationship between a man and a woman. And it's like that's not true at all. And two, it's very heteronormative. Like not everyone is straight, first of all. Um or like and it kind of sets a really bad precedent in terms of like a lot of guys, like especially this happens in the West too. But a lot of guys will be like complain about being in like friend zone. They'd be like, "Oh, like I hung out with this girl so much and like we did so much stuff together and we were there for each other and then I didn't even get a relationship out of it." And you're like, "Bro, that's just called being a friend. Like you got a friendship out of it. Like what's your problem?" So a lot of people will have that mentality of being like, "Oh, like we did all these things together and we were like supporting each other and like and then I didn't even get a girlfriend at the end." It's like people will have that mentality because they'll be like, "Oh, because men and women can't be friends, like they'll be like they'll just assume that it's like leading to that or like that's how there can't just be like a friendship there. Um, is it titanium watches? No, the what is it? The Chiton watches. Um, East Asia Asian East Asia is wild. I saw some VTuber lost her job because she DM'd and would game with the guy when not streaming. Oh yeah, VTubing and like idol. I guess they're kind of in the same boat, right? Like, that's not doesn't apply to everyone. This is specifically like idols, right? Idol. I mean, we all know we're K-pop fans. Idol culture is crazy. Um, you donate to you donate to like $8 to meet you every month. I don't recall if she even says thanks. I probably say thank you every time you renew your sub. Um, but yeah, and then they ghost. Like yeah, they're like, oh, like yeah. I think inciting that mentality in guys and girls too, but like a lot of times it's guys. It can be really it's harmful to both men and women because like there's a lot of benefit to men as well friendships with women, right? Like platonic friendships with women. Um, in fact, it will probably help you find a girlfriend if you have female friends, right? Like just in general. You'll become a more like well-rounded person. You'll understand women's problems and like and then when you have a girlfriend, you'll be a better boyfriend. Um, in terms of like straight relationships, like if you do have female friends, like and you'll have like more perspectives in your life. So like I think that kind of mentality is very harmful to everyone. And it sucks for the girl too. Like you're like, "Oh, I made a friend." And then they're like and then it turns out they just wanted to date you the whole time, you know? That's like the worst. And then you're like, "Oh, they didn't see any value in me as like a person. Wanted they just wanted like a girlfriend, right?" You're moving to Kyoto or Tokyo in the fall most likely, so at least I could be happy and you can be happy and flex on the pores. What? They're poor, not just money. Bro, what are you saying? But their hearts. You only want to be near wholesome people who are okay with me speaking to people. So by poor, you mean people who think you're weird for talking to people? What are you saying? If you don't say thanks next month, I'll let you know. Okay, let me know if I don't say thanks. Flex on the boards with your dad's money. Called out. Called out. Um, Make friends with girls to unlock girlfriend DLC. I mean, they will just have more friends as well. Hey, a lot of K-pop fans are girls. You can make a lot of friends with similar interests. That makes too much sense, Angel. Exactly, Ratsy. I give the best dating advice. You gotta level up your stats to unlock girlfriend. Have you guys not played Persona? Yeah, you gotta go to the Big Bang Burger and eat a big burger. I don't even know. I can't remember what you do in the game. Um, You had a German friend. She used to live in Japan. She told me she used to have a boyfriend in high school. Um, and apparently girls in her class would constantly ask about it and then giggle behind her back. Like making fun of her or what? Um, One time my close friend thought I was hitting on her because when I was downtown, I got her some monthly supplies and chocolate when she asked me to. What? You were just being nice, no? Like she literally asked you to. Maybe if you like went out of your way to like be like extra caring to her, I can understand taking that as a sign of like, oh, maybe he's interested in me. But if she literally asked, like, bro, what? Um, by poor, I mean people who are not nice. I see, I see. If I don't go out to eat mega meatballs, they're going to karaoke. That's what you're doing wrong. Big butt burger. I don't remember that store in Persona. Um, Mija gives the best dating advice and then steals your girl. Don't 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 like don't give away my strategy. I'm giving everyone dating advice so they can get girlfriends so I can flirt with them. Um, Not necessarily. I'm not stealing the girl. I don't believe in cheating. I'm just saying I will flirt with her. um, Not necessarily making fun of her. I guess the fact that someone has a boyfriend was too interesting or something. I mean, yeah, I guess it's not that. It's kind of like I don't know. People talk about like dating and stuff a lot. I noticed. Like my Pilates instructor is from Korea as well, and she's like always asking about like partners and stuff like that. And like I guess I don't know. It's just it's a cultural thing. Um Wait, I go out of my way for my guy friends. Am I hitting on them? If you're not interested in men, you're not hitting on them. Mija needs to be a dating coach. Yeah, I mean not like in like a weird way, not like the pickup artist, but I can definitely give good dating advice. But I'll do it for free. Side note, how would you go about wanting to date someone who you are interested in and they also happen to be your friend? Um, I think it depends. I think yeah, when I'm saying like when I was complaining earlier about being like, oh, like when you become friends with someone and then it turns out they only wanted to date you and then they like that's like that's different than like I think a lot of relationships can stem from friendship. That's pretty normal, right? Um, like a lot of times people are friends first and then become and then start dating. Um, I would say it depends. Like, do you guys hang out one on one? If you don't hang out one on one, maybe you should just start there. It could be pretty casual and just like hang out one on one. If they say no to hanging out one on one, then they're probably not interested. But if you already do hang out one on one, um, then I guess I would just keep it casual. I think the worst thing you could do is like confess your love, because that puts a lot of pressure on the other person. And it's like it's a bit intense. Like, even if it's not love, like if you just confess your feelings, it's a bit. I don't think it's really necessary. I think you can just be like, "Hey, do you want to hang out? And would you be okay with it being a date? Like, would that be something that you're interested in?" And then if she says no, then just be like, "Okay, all good, all good. I just thought maybe, you know, we could explore that, but if you're not interested, we'll just be friends, and that's totally fine. Um, as long as you're totally open, like I mean, obviously, I know you will be, but just for in general, as long as you're totally open for the answer to be no, then and you're okay with just continuing friends, I think you got to ask earlier than later. That's another thing. Like if you have a crush on one of your friends, you shouldn't wait like years because the feelings will build up too much and it will be like really unbalanced. Like by the time you ask them out, like your feelings will be too much. So you gotta just ask like when you know you're like a little bit interested, just ask it, and then you can keep it casual. And then if it doesn't work out, then you could just be friends, and that's okay. Because if you if your feelings for them get too strong to the point where you can't be friends with them after, that you're kind of like screwing yourself over, and it makes it hard on the other person too. Um, But you're gonna agree for a dating game? No, I'm saying I will I'm giving good advice to find a girlfriend, but I will flirt with your girlfriend. I'm not gonna steal her. I'm just saying I'll flirt with her. If you don't treat her well, if you don't treat her well, I'll steal her. Um, but yeah, I'll let her know how she should be treated, and I will virtually slap you if you do not treat your partner well. And welcome in Inachu. If you itch a lot, it's either from drinking from a steel portable liquid holder. Juices that are acidic and the metal inside can cause eczema. No, this is just water. This is just water. I don't think I itch often. I think I have a normal level of itchy. Now that you say that, I feel itchy, but I think it's only because you're saying it. Um, I mean, I compliment women, your friend, and even close friends. I know if you're situated, avoid it because I know you get bothered. I mean, obviously, complimenting your close friends is different than complimenting a Twitch streamer, right? So it's a yeah, you gotta know the situation. You suggest proposing in the middle of a public show. Yes. Make sure you're on like a jumbotron and then propose. For Ty, confess your feelings. It never worked for me, but surely will. No, do not confess your feelings. Ratzi. Ratzi's just trying to. I think protagonist wants to would rather take my advice than yours. You know, got my clout. Um, just going for a switch. Do not do that. Oh, everyone's trolling. Because I know there's gonna be people in chat that cannot tell you're joking. Like, there's gonna be people who are like, "Oh, this is actually the advice that people want to do. Do not go in for a smooch." If you do not know she's interested. If she says no, then say, "Okay, all good," then go home and cry in the shower. I'm saying don't let it get to the point where you're gonna cry in the shower if she says no. Explore the opportunity right away. Do not hang around for years until you're in love with her, and then confess your feelings. That's that's a recipe for disaster. If you're already in that situation, then I would recommend distancing yourself and letting those feelings fade. Because it's not a good place to start a relationship. Unless she also feels the same way. But I feel like you would know by then. Funny story, your daughter with one of her friends when she was in high school. I came to pick her up, and her friend asked if I was her boyfriend. What? She laughed and said, "No, that's my dad." Her friend said, "He's cute." Oh, I mean, that's just like teenagers being like, yeah, they don't know not to say that, but yeah, fair enough. That is gross. Um, if they turn away, just be like, "Just playing." That's terrible advice. Um, I had a good relationship with the girl in high school with no romantic intentions, but people made it weird and we began to distance ourselves, so that can happen. Yeah, exactly. Like people should just it's so harmful, right? And that happens a lot with like celebrities as well. One time I volunteered and asked the girl next to me if I could get her number or so my brain was like social security number. I was like, bro, what? Because I'd never done this before and might need help. Never talked to her again after that. Um, then when I got a girlfriend, the same girl went to my now wife and said I was flirting with her all the time. Bro, what? I think some people really get the wrong idea. I mean, I think it's hard. Like there's a lot of like like social cues and like hints and stuff like that that people misread, but yeah, that's awful. And like why would it even matter? Like even if you were flirting with her, like so what? Like you started dating someone new. Or I guess maybe if you're dating at the same time, or if you're dating your now wife at that time, but like mind your own business, girl. Back in the 1990s, you had major girl issues. You go to the bathroom at Pentagon City. What? What are you talking about? Um, what if I fall in love at first sight? Then you need to work on that. I don't, then you might need to reconsider what you consider love. Because if you can fall in love with someone just based off their looks, um, that's a shallow love. Just message your mom on Facebook with a copy of your resume and your tax returns to get on your side when you raise her daughter. For what? Um, I see. I see. I mean, honestly, being financially responsible is a big plus. Make sure you share your credit score. um, I'm pretty oblivious. I wouldn't know if they do have an interest. And I guess you just gotta make the first move. Means you hated on my game. Your game sounds like invading on her personal space. It sounds like it would make women uncomfortable. Um, Even stuff like that happen, but I even give out my number or ask. My wife just laughs at them and says he's too whipped. Your wife is very secure. That is great to hear. Um, I don't know how to feel about that because then she could be very savage and have no feel. It sounds like she trusts you wholeheartedly, which is great. Um, I said the same thing. How dare you ask for? Oh, it was before you knew her. What's that girl on about then? Like, why would that even matter? Like, why would that even matter? Like, um, if you were flirting with someone or even dating someone or sleeping with someone before you met your wife, like, bro, like, it sounds like she needs to like she just wants to start some drama. I think looks are a doorway to attraction, but not the whole thing itself. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I mean, I think it just depends. Like, I think it depends on the person. At least for me, I consider looks to be like there's like a minimum bar. I've talked to this actually with some of my male friends as well, and they kind of agree with me, but it probably depends on person to person. Um, for me, it's like there's like a minimum bar of looks or like this amount of attraction I must feel to them. And that's like it's like a barrier to entry almost. And then the rest of it is all you too, Ricky. Automod does not like sounds like your wife, even if it's a compliment. Um, but yeah, what was I saying? Automod is so funny sometimes. Um, yeah, I feel like looks is like okay, if you're like attracted to them at this level, then they're like then it's like okay that you could and then everything else after that is like just personality and like compatibility, right? You guys know what I mean? Like it's like one is like you must pass this test because like obviously you shouldn't date someone you're just not attracted to, right? Um, and then everything else after that, like whether you want to date them or not, is purely based off personality and um values and stuff like that. Um, you must be this tall to ride the roller coaster. Yeah, kind of, kind of. Like looks are important. Looks are important to that like to some extent, but looks aren't everything. Yeah, so I do agree with you. And welcome in Slater. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. You cannot turn it off. I miss those things. I'm sure there is a way to turn it off, Ricky. Ratzi got Automon and repeated it. No, you didn't do anything wrong. I was just laughing at Automon, for like, for censoring that. Um, your personality definitely matters the most. Exactly, exactly. You mean you don't want to turn it off because it's funny? Um, yeah, it's I think yeah. I mean, I think some people place more importance on looks. Like they're like, oh, I would choose one person over another because of looks, or like they value looks a lot. But I think that is quite shallow, in my opinion. It is very shallow. Um, and also looks, yeah, like I said, looks don't necessarily fade. They can change, right? Like people can glow up, people can change their appearance. Um, if you like someone just for their looks, like it's one thing if it's a casual relationship, but if you're gonna get like married to someone, then like you shouldn't only like them for their looks. Like that would be a really that would be a really miserable marriage. And two, like anything could happen. They could get into a horrible accident and they could be like disfigured, right? Like and like what? Are you gonna leave them because they don't look the same anymore? Like no, that would be a terrible relationship, right? Like, um, yeah, hopefully may that love never find you where someone is so shallow. Um, you just want a girl that is nice to me. You don't like when my girlfriend criticizes every single thing I do. Fair enough, fair enough. That seems like a low bar, but sounds like it's sometimes not met. Um, Tinder has really made dating shallow. I mean, yeah, with something like Tinder, it's like, yeah, you will just end up choosing. You don't have much to go on except for looks. But a lot of people do meet meaningful relationships through Tinder. Even if like the initial impression is shallow, you can't like obviously if you just like meet the person or talk to the person, then you can develop uh relationships that way. If a girl fits into what I am into, then I stop being picky about looks and focus on personality interaction. Yeah, exactly. And I think personality can increase someone's attractiveness as well, right? Like they might like they might be like they might be like, oh, that person's cute. But then the more you get to know them, the more attractive they become to you. Or the opposite. You meet them and they're an awful person, and then you're like, okay, this person's ugly as hell, just because they're just a bad person or whatever. Or maybe they're like really, yeah, there could be a lot of things that are, um, you know, there could be a lot of things. Um, yeah, I think it kind of just it depends on the person for sure. Um, like ugly dogs are ugly, but they turn to be cute over time. I mean, dogs are just cute. Um, what celebrities are most attractive to you? Um, Tim Henson, Michael B. Jordan. I forgot his name. The guy from True Beauty. Han Sojin from True Beauty. What's his name IRL? I forgot his name IRL. That guy. Um, and for girls, you guys know I only have eyes for Kazuha from the Seraphim. Kazuha from the Seraphim. I love her. She's beautiful. Um, Tinder has developed people's subconscious to filter people out IRL by looks. I mean, I think people did that anyway. Um, I think people just did that anyway. Cause like we said, like a lot of times it's like you have like a bare minimum. Bare minimum sounds awful, but you know what I mean. Um, like you might have like a minimum amount of looks that you find attractive, and then from there you kind of decide based on personality. Welcome in, Nav. Hope you're doing well today. The more I trust a person, the more attracted they become to me. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think that's normal. Um, I don't know. I just think she's pretty, but sucks as a person. Really. I mean, yeah, you can be pretty, but still awful person. Um, but I think like in terms of, I think finding someone pretty. I think finding someone pretty is different from being attracted to them. Because there's people that I recognize are conventionally attractive, but I'm not necessarily, I don't feel any attraction to them. And for me, a lot of times I don't feel attraction to someone until I know them personally. But some people are just hot, like Michael B. Jordan. My best relationships come from meeting people in life, and online we're the most awkward. I think people have an idea of you, and if you match up to it, then they just don't feel it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, meeting people online is a whole different thing, right? Because people look different in photos. I think you can't really um know if you're gonna be compatible and if you're attracted to them until you see them in person. Um, like you might match with someone on Tinder and they might look really nice in their photos, but when you meet them in person, it just might not be, might be nothing there. You don't necessarily see them as ugly. I mean, I don't see them as ugly. I just become less attracted to them. Um, your type is Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Gio from Twice. Fair enough. Fair enough. Gio from Twice. I love Gio from Twice. She's up there too. But I cannot be disloyal to my girl Kazuha. You know, Michael B. Jordan is a big weeb, right? No, I didn't know this. Miju loves weaves. What? I didn't know he was a big weeb. That lessens my attraction a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but he is still very handsome. Um, I think if we're talking celebrities, I don't really care about personality because like I don't really know them, right? Like I don't think I would actually like if I knew Tim Henson IRL, I don't think I would actually date him, but I do think he's very pretty. But I don't think we would get along. Like I think we're very different people. Aside from what I can tell about his interests. Miju's Kazuha is me with Sakura. Fair enough. I think Henry Cavill is super attractive. Also Johnny Depp. That's such a straight man answer. Miju is secret no, Kalani. Welcome in though. Hey, just cause I happen to be attracted to someone who is a weeb doesn't mean I'm a weeb. Every iteration of Johnny Depp is handsome. I don't see it. I've never heard about the Johnny Depp in this situation. Do people find Johnny Depp attractive? Um, that's everyone's type. Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I'm not attracted to Dwayne the Rock Johnson, but Gio, yes. Um, Michael B. Jordan said Naruto is fave. Michael B. Jordan was the one behind the coach Naruto. Oh, you guys told me about this. Yeah, you're right. As he said, Naruto. Okay, you know what? He can't be that much of a weeb if he's pronouncing it wrong. Your wife has a thing for Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch was like not my childhood, but like my teenage crush for sure. Listens to Michael B. Jordan training for Creed while listening to Hatsune Miku. No, don't ruin my perception of him. Used to get jelly when you were younger. Benedict Cumberbatch is very handsome. Also, he has a very nice voice. I think that's another thing as well. Having a nice voice. Like I'm really attracted to people who can sing well as well. And that just shows how pretty I find Kazuha because she cannot sing to save her life. Embrace the weavery? Never. You think Jack Black has the most attractive personality? I don't know much about his personality. You don't like Henry Cavill? Chris Hemsworth, on the other hand, more straight man answers. You think Sakura and me would get along quite well? That is very parasocial, Ratsi, and you know it. We don't know Kazuha. I mean Sakura. Johnny Depp has been known as a heartthrob consistently for like 35 years. Really? I didn't know he was known as like a handsome actor. I thought he was just like, oh, he's a good actor and he plays a lot of like well-known roles. Benedict Cumberbatch and Cillian Murphy are both good. Villain. Unless it's Adam Driver. Oh, true. I forgot about Adam Driver. Adam Driver too. Killmonger listening to Hatsune Miku. Checks out. Michael B. Jordan referred to his workouts to prep for the Creed movie as his training arc. Oh, what a weeb. He's actually such a weeb. In Welcoming Warriors, new house. Thank you. Yeah, I was telling them Golani. I was like, oh, I don't know much about the military, but I just know that I will get lectured by Kalani if I ever say army to something that is not the army. Like especially the Marines. The Marines, not army. That's what I've learned. That's all I know, and that's all I will say. Kazuo playing the Find the Camera game highlighted her beauty so much. She's always beautiful. You know, she's a gamer, and some of the Seraphim said on her off day she games for like 10 hours. That doesn't mean you will get along. We have no idea what she's like. She could be super mean. She could be really mean. Autocorrect, I mean, Killian. Yeah. No, as I got older, I understood she's coming home to me and not others, so I got over it. Yeah. I think as you get older, you feel more secure. And especially, like, sounds like you're in, like, a really secure, healthy relationship, so that kind of thing will help as well. Marines are in the army. Bro, don't, take it back. Take it back. You're gonna get like judo throwed. It's like calling a baseball player a basketball player, different branch. There you go. Sorry, I was baiting a bit. I'll stop. Don't. You don't want to mess with Kalani. You really want to mess with the Marine? A non-army Marine? That's the last person you want to mess with. Because we all know Marines are the strongest and the best, and I'm not being held at gunpoint to say this. But yeah, that's about all I know. I'm not a military guy. Nor am I American. From the limited info I know about Sakura, I think we get along. Okay. Keep on dreaming, Ratsi. Thank you for being forced to say that. No, I believe it. I believe it. Aren't Marines boat guys? No. Marine. Well, I mean, yes. They do approach from the sea, but Marines are normally in. If you were in the warfare, Marines are generally the first ones. The first ones to go. And they approach from all terrains, and they are very specialized and are more. They're more like trained and capable than they're like they're like I don't know. I'm describing it really poorly. But you know what I mean? They can do it all, and they're usually the first ones there and like um doing everything that the normal army cannot. Last time we ran into the army, those overweight pudgy boys couldn't last. Damn. Shots fired. My calf cramped from stretching it in my sleep. I don't doubt that smoke was messing with the Marine. What? I don't. Okay, I don't know what you wrote. And welcome in Draconian. Are you really Canadian if you haven't served in the Mounties? True. Could have been on a horse. We do it all except medical. That Navy corpsmen, doctors. I see. In the One Piece manga, they call the military the Navy, but in the show, they call them the Marines. Wow, that's all over the place. First to fight is the motto, and then the army takes credit later. See? I was right. I was right. They were the first ones there. See, I learned some stuff. I've I've absorbed some information. Um, Marines live in the marinas. Yeah, exactly. You don't want that. Oh, don't want that smoke. Okay, okay. Yeah, they sound pretty tough. Um, you nerd rage over Weave trying to make Dragon Ball more Japanese. What? But using SSJ when Japanese never use or say SSJ. I have no idea what you're talking about. This is beyond me. I don't know anything about Dragon Ball. SSJ. Super Saiyan. Oh, Super Saiyan. Okay. Why do they call it that? Isn't that what the Dragon Ball guy does? Isn't that what he does? He goes Super Saiyan or whatever. That's his power or something. I don't know. Can I give a Navy Corpsman? I woke up sick today. You're sick again? Oh no. I hope you feel better soon. I feel like you get sick all the time, man. You have to fix that immune system. Just don't leave the house. We have a base for everything. I wanted the Japan deployment, but couldn't. Oh my god, you could have been stationed in Miyazaki. I mean, most likely it would be like Okinawa, no, but like you could have been stationed in Miyazaki. Think he's casting spells? No. It's Super Saiyan, but in Japanese, it's Saiyajin. Oh, I don't know enough about Dragon Ball. I'm sorry. Uh, Dragon Ball guy. I don't know his name. Is his name? I feel like I'm gonna say something wrong. Goku? His name is Goku, right? I feel like I could be wrong. I feel like Goku might be from something else. I have no idea. Is it the same thing as not liking people saying ninja stars to shuriken? I don't know. But it's such a weeb thing to do to be like, actually, it's in Japanese, it's this, and you're like, bro, like, chill. Like if I say like ramen and people are like, actually, it's ramen. I'm like, or like, but they're like not Japanese, so they say it wrong. I'm like, bro, like, get out of here, like, leave me alone. Bonnie would have had the Hatsune Miku full back tattoo today if you'd gotten the Japan deployment. The Friday the 13th, the discount. Welcoming Yokomoto heard Hatsune Miku immediately summoned. When you enlist, you can choose East Coast, West Coast, or Overseas. Overseas is guaranteed Japan or Hawaii, but I had a girl at the time and chose West Coast. No, gave it up for the girl. You could have gone to Hawaii or both would have been great options for you. Okay. I hope it was a good relationship. His name is Kakarot. Really? I haven't been sick in months. I've been surrounded by sick people, but I held on until now when my walls broke. No, you let down your guard. I want to join the military, but I'm 29, and I'm sure my name will be Unk or Creaky Knees. I don't know enough about this. How dare you call Attack on Titan to Shingeki no Kyojin? True, that's such a weird thing to say. And be like, excuse me, it's actually Shingeki no Kyojin. Like, come on. I'll end my nerd rage. Okay, thank you. I'm so confused. Sometimes I want to say the Japanese word correctly when speaking English, my brain pauses. And do I say the Japanese way or the English way, and the whole moral dilemma? I think it depends. I think it's valid to say it in the English way when people wouldn't understand you the other way. You know what I mean? Is you not helping? uh, I missed so many trips over the years for having a girlfriend too. Why can't you go on trips when you have a girlfriend? Take her with you. You just need to be of weight to enlist and not have a bad record. Of weight, like not overweight or like reach a certain weight. Or say "Zeruda no densetsu what?" Never heard this. Just say "Zeruda." Um, because she didn't let me? That sounds so controlling, man. That's not a healthy relationship. If you can't go on vacation, you don't get it why I use the wrong way when even English people don't. It's just the weaves. I know, right? It's so stupid. I mean, I think it's just weaves being weaves. Like, they're just being cringe. You have to be at a certain weight for your height and age. There's a weight class for your height. Don't go over. Can I be under? I'm not planning to join the military, but I'm just saying. Mija is gonna join the army just to become stronger than Kalani. My role model is that girl that Kalani was talking about that, like, beat him up at the Brazilian jiu-jitsu class. Like, that's my role model. Don't even know her, but she's my role model. um, and welcome in Big. Hope you're doing well today. The army might send people to fat camp if they're desperate. I mean, you can always get people to lose weight. Would you let your boyfriend go to Thailand with his guy friends without you? Why not? Like, if you trust him, you trust him, you know? Like, she clearly just didn't trust you. Unless you were like, "Hey, girlfriend, I'm gonna" you clearly call your girlfriend girlfriend. "Hey, girlfriend, I'm gonna go to, Thailand, and I'm gonna sleep with lots of women." Like then that would be like, "No, you cannot go," and we're over. But if you trust your partner, like, they can like, why can't they go on vacation? What's wrong with the bros trip? It could be under, but not too much. Stop, what? There's nothing to be ashamed of. She was cool. She sounds cool as hell. Um, can the army send me to Japan? I'll get in weight over there. Honestly, you probably would. Like, a lot of people end up losing weight when they go to Japan. I'm swell. Hope all is well with you. Love the post. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you're doing swell. I'm doing good too. I don't think joining the American army, being deployed overseas, is gonna fix everything. Ratsi's joining the weave mentality. If I go to Japan, everything will be better. She was built different. Yeah, she sounds like it. Can we have less bases here instead and let us have our own military? You're ruining the weeb streams. I feel like most girls would say no. I don't think that's true at all. I don't think that's true at all. I mean, people in relationships. If any of you are in relationships, like, would you be okay with your partner going on a trip with their friends? Like, why wouldn't you? Like, if you're in a relationship where someone cannot do that, like, or if you really think your partner, as soon as they go on a vacation, will cheat on you, like, why are you with them? I think it's pretty normal. Like, most couples I know go on vacation all the time without each other. My God, my Twitch chat scrolling is not good. Okay. I won't, but at least get a free trip to Japan. It's not a free trip. You have to do it. Yeah, it's not a free trip. You're literally in the army. If you join military and have a bachelor's degree, you can have a pretty good life. I want to be an officer, but I need to reach weight. Fair enough. Good luck with that. If you join the Norwegian army and have like a 40% chance of being sent to the frozen north. Yeah, it does not sound fun. At the time, I don't know, but now I don't care. Exactly. I think, yeah, maybe at the time, like, it sounds like this was a while ago. Maybe you guys were young. I think when you're young, like, yeah, there's a lot of insecurity. There's a lot of toxic, relationship things and stuff like that. But as like a fully grown adult, like, if you're like a fully grown adult, you should be able to trust your partner to go on a vacation without you, right? Like, especially if it's like a boys trip, like, you're just gonna have fun with your bros. Like, unless all your friends are like cheaters. And in that situation, like, if my partner was friends with a bunch of people who cheated on their girlfriends all the time, then I would I think your friends reflect on you. So I would assume like, "Oh, you're probably a cheater too," and I would not wanna date that person. Insecurity is very popular in the relationships world. I mean, especially when you're younger, and hopefully people like grow out of it. Um, Hopefully people grow out of it. But yeah, I mean, insecurity is just common in the world. Period. So it is understandable, but it's not healthy. I think you should be able to go on vacation without your partner, without them thinking that you're gonna cheat on them. Thank you, Norwegians, for keeping us safe from the white. What are the White Walkers? Like the white people who like walk around the neighborhood. I was seeing this Instagram reel that was like white people on a hike, and then there were like people walking past, and they're like, "Hey, hey, how are you?" Like they're like, and then they're like, "Oh, nice weather out today. Don't worry, you're almost there." And it was like, the people who like will just say like really white people things to you when you're walking. That's what I imagined from Game of Thrones. I've never seen Game of Thrones. Um, To be fair, I do theorize that since apps have made relationships commodities, it's possible cheating is more common since they can just find someone new. But that's not a good relationship to be in anyway. Dating apps got me messed up. Sounds like maybe you need like a little bit of a break then. Um, I think it's you just gotta find someone you trust. And if you find yourself in a situation where even if you do find someone trustworthy and you feel like you cannot trust them, that's probably something you gotta work on yourself. In yourself. I don't know if this expression translates, but tell me whom you're with and I'll tell you who you are. And I'll tell who you are. Yeah, exactly. I completely agree. Like I completely agree. Like the saying where it's like I can't remember what it is. It's like, "Oh, if someone is having dinner with like 9 Nazis, then there are 10 Nazis at the table." You know what I mean? I don't know if it's Nazis or like racists or like something like that. And I do agree with that. Like I think if you're friends with like say you're friends with a bunch of people who are like super racist, then I think that reflects on you and your values. Even if you're like, "Oh, I swear I'm not racist myself." Like the fact that you would be okay with being friends with someone like people with those views, like that reflects on you, and I think to some part you do accept that. She only watches K-pop vocal videos. Yeah, not Game of Thrones, unfortunately. We should do a pop culture quiz. No. The same way I'm never doing a geography quiz. Coming down from the hike, you're gonna enjoy the view up here. That was one of them. It was like, trust me, it's worth it. The view is worth it. White people things. Um, I mean, like the way people I know talk about how they view relationship, it's pretty manka. That sounds like you're not talking to the right people. Although I heard the way people talk about relationships in Japan is like a little different than the West, I would say. Um, and I've heard a lot from girls I know who moved here from Japan that a lot of guys, the way they talk about women and their approach to relationships and women are like really, yeah, really manka. I think it's like a cultural thing. Um, I think the dating apps make people nervous because what if there's someone better out there so they don't put max effort into making the relationship work? I mean, that's just like avoidant attachment, no? But yeah, I do agree. Like dating and relationships have changed a lot because these dating apps are so common. There's a lot of things to there are things to consider, right? But I think that just kind of depends on the person. Like, I think a lot of people, even if these dating apps do exist, will not be like that. But I think some people would have always been like that. Like I think there's always going to be people who are like, oh, what if there's someone better out there? And then there's people out there. There's people who will be cheaters. And like just because the dating app exists doesn't mean they'll become cheaters. You know what I mean? Like, there's always gonna be people. It kind of depends on your personality to begin with. Um, but yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with dating casually as long as everyone's on the same page and you're not like lying, you know? It's like the saying about chat being a reflection of the streamer. Oh, I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Like, unless the chat is like so busy that like you can't keep up with it. I think the chat. No, it's not the chat reflects the streamer. I think the streamer sets an example for the chat, like what kind of chat they want. So I guess it is somewhat like chat reflects the streamer. Like you might, if you have a certain personality, you might attract certain viewers, certain chatters, um, and also um the streamer has every ability to moderate the chat and like ban people they don't want to be there, so it does reflect on the streamer. Like if I was sitting here and like there was a bunch of like racism in the chat and like I just like let it be there, then like I think that reflects on me. Like I would so like I don't allow that kind of thing in my chat because like I don't want that there. Like I want a certain, I very much curate my community and I curate my chat to be like a good place to be in, at least from my perspective. And I think a lot of streamers are scared too. I think a lot of streamers don't moderate their chat harshly enough because they're like, oh, I don't want to lose this viewer, or I'm like, I want to be mean, I want to give this person a chance or whatever. But um, it does reflect on you. It does reflect on you, and I think you got to be careful. So that's my streamer advice. My friends are weebs and gamers. Definitely reflects on you. The spy at the Nazi. Oh, true. They could be a spy. That's why this chat is pretty chill. Thank you. At least Hongdae Boy's honest. Yeah, yeah. Chat being a reflection of the streamer. Are you calling us stinky? I didn't say chat is a reflection of the streamer. But like, if it's true, it's true. You guys are yapping away too. I don't know. Even for big streamers, I think chat reflects them. Like Asmongold versus Moist Critical, even PewDiePie, it's a rough reflection of them. I agree. Asmongold is base. I don't know if you've been seeing what Asmongold says these days, Chikalo. Maybe you're a little behind. I will give you the benefit of the doubt because I know you. But he's like super misogynistic. If our chat is full of bots, does that make us a bot? Yes. I'm sorry. I had to find out this way. But yeah, I'm very. Is he? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm very careful. I don't watch Normie Shoe. Yeah, I wouldn't go around saying this streamer is base because they might be a misogynist. And I know you love women. But yeah, I'm very careful with the kind of people what I want in my chat, and I think like chat will invite the people, like if similar people. I've noticed this. If you let one person compliment you, like that's why I'm very strict about like people complimenting me, because if I let one person compliment me, even if I know they have like platonic intentions and I know they're not like being creepy to me or anything like that, um I do just delete it, because more people will come into the stream and they will see that in the message and they'll be like, oh, the streamer is okay with people hitting on them. And then it just like one person doing that just like it just like multiplies. Like I don't know what, I don't know how, but like I guess people come in and they see that it's okay. So I've noticed that, and that's why I'm very strict about it. So that's why. Um I used to like Asmongold because he had pragmatic takes, but he becomes super racist and misogynistic. Yeah, I think a lot of content creators go down like a bit of a rabbit hole. They're like, oh, saying these things gets me more viewers, or like saying these things like gets a certain reaction out of people, and then they like keep doing it. He's also pretty Nazi coded. Great. Misogyny is arguably not even the worst part about him. God. Miju is based. Thank you. I'll take that. He was on record literally saying America is a white people's land. He actually said that? And that's why we conquered it. And that's what the last straw was for me. Bro, Chicano. Chicano, you can't be saying someone's base without America's a white people's land, bro. He's like Aswan back then for a while, but his views on things made me not watch him anymore. That's crazy. That's crazy. He's still allowed on Twitch after saying that. Um, y'all can compliment me instead. I actually don't. That's my favorite redirect though. Like once in a while, like someone will come into chat and be like, "Oh my god, you're so cute," and then Istat will be like, "Thank you." It's so funny though. Um, you have admirable work ethic. Thank you. Thank you. That's I want to compliment her for another year. You hit your quota. Not to mention how he lives like a hoarder and only drinks cola. Yeah, that's kind of sus too, no? Um, he's on recording on his stream. It's very easy to find the clip from maybe 3 to 4 months. No, I believe you. I believe you. That's why the Super Bowl has so much controversy. I see. Asmongold knows how to speak and it's very convincing. Doesn't equal being correct, of course. Yeah, you gotta be able to think critically. Critical thinking is very important. Being able to think critically about what you're hearing, even if someone may sound very convincing. Some people are really good at arguing. Some people are really good at debating. Like, like many like people who might have some very problematic views, they might just be really good at constructing their arguments, and it may sound convincing if you don't think about it, but then when you think about it, you're like, oh my god, he's saying something really awful. I've seen a few funny clips, but dude sounds like a monster. Yeah. um Bad Bunny, only thing stronger than hate is love. That is a nice message. um you don't compliment me because I don't think highly of me. Thank you. I think Voice Critical is pretty good as far as views from, as far as I've seen, but he's generally more laid back anyway. Yeah, I like watching Voice Critical's videos. I don't know in depth like what his views are. But from what I've seen from various controversies that he's commented on, he seems fairly progressive. But I don't know. He's also like a Florida man. Once in a while, I will be like reminded that he is the Florida man because like he was talking about this there was like the incident where like someone shot a gun on stream by accident, right? Yeah, that one. And then and then he was like, "That's not a gun. This is a gun." And he pulled out this like massive rifle. I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot he's a Florida man." Like, it's like it's so easy to forget, like, cause he seems like a chill like internet person, but yeah, he that was kind of crazy. He refuses to fly on the air. Yeah, he's scared of flying. He's a chill guy with Moist Critical reviews. Yeah, I like Moist Critical. I will withhold judgment though in case some terrible controversy comes up around him. But as far as I can tell so far, he seems chill. Watch my clip. These are. I remember that video. Yeah, that was funny. Cause like you never know. Yeah, the magazine. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. Yeah, because you never know. Like you could be watching a streamer or like a YouTuber for a while, and they some people are really good at masking their or hiding their more controversial views, right? Um, or they fall down a rabbit hole, they fall down a little pipeline, and they might have not been that intense about they might have been like a little bit conservative before, but they were like they didn't really like talk about it or like they didn't feel strongly about it, but then maybe they fell down like a pipeline and suddenly they're like an alt-right like an alt-right guy or whatever. Um, Something like that. It's probably related to his upbringing because he's a small dude and probably bullied, so he probably learned, yeah, and don't reaction and just chill. Maybe, yeah. He's small, but he's like really strong. He's like a super gym bro as well. So like that's cool as well. Yeah, it's there's actually someone you guys know a little while ago. I don't know if you guys were around at the time. Um like, I don't know if you guys were around at the time, like, I used to watch this personal finance YouTuber who does, like he, like, brings on people and, like, goes through their, like he goes through, like, their spending and stuff like that, and, like, he kind of, like, been like, "Oh, you shouldn't spend money on this," and, like, at the start, he was like when I watched him, like, years ago, he was like yeah, he would, like, yell sometimes and, like, kind of, like, be like, "Oh, like, why are you doing this? Like, are you stupid? Like, don't spend money on this." Um but, like, he was, like generally, you could see that he had, like, empathy towards the people, but then I guess I guess somewhere along the line, he realized, like, "Oh, if I start bullying people, I get more views. The more I yell" Caleb Hammer, yeah, Caleb Hammer. The more I yell, the more views I get, and I think he kinda realized that, and then suddenly, like, he's super mean, he goes down, like, this, like, misogynistic kinda line where, like, he's really awful to the women, and, like, a lot of the thumbnails and stuff are like, "Oh, this, like, stupid B word, whatever," like, you know, this yeah, he's, like, very misogynistic, and then, like, um and then I kinda, like, stopped following him after his thumbnails and titles got a little more, um outrageous, I guess, like, more intense. I didn't know he had gone down this like, I didn't know he had, like, gone this far down, and then I follow this, commentary YouTuber called D'Angelo, and he, on a stream, called out Caleb Hammer and being like, "Hey, Caleb Hammer, you're being awful, like, you're being terribly misogynistic," and, like, and also, I think racist? I didn't follow it exactly, but yeah, who's called him out, and then oh my god. Firstly, I realized, like, "Oh, damn, Caleb really went down there, like, a really terrible, um, like, trajectory," but okay, so D'Angelo called him out for being racist, and then Caleb called his black friend. Like, Caleb, he was like, "Bro, I'm not racist. Let me call my black friend and tell you that I'm not racist." I was like, "Oh my god, that is, like, the most, that is, like, literally it's not like a meme, but, like, it's literally, like, the stereotype of being like, "I can't be racist. I have black friends." He called him on stream. I was like I thought that was so funny. Oh, that was so funny. I was, like, losing my mind. Oh my god. You're supposed to what a loser. Um, I thought it was the opposite for Caleb Hammer, but I don't watch his videos in chronological order. Yeah, his older videos were great. It seemed like he really wanted to help. Maybe he was always misogynistic and was just hiding it, um, and, like, racist or whatever, but, like, yeah, it seemed like in the past, like, he genuinely wanted to help people and, like, wanted to get people's finances in order and, like, yeah, he would be, like, a little mean sometimes. And he would yell and, like, he would crash out over people, like, having, like, a crazy car payment or whatever. But he did seem like he wanted to help, and he would after a while, like, he would yell a minute, but then he'd be like, "Okay, okay, let's figure this out, like, I wanna get you out of this, and I want you to improve your life," and, like, he seemed like he was maybe he was faking it, but, like, yeah. His videos just went, like he went off the rails. Um, it's really sad because racist and misogynistic people probably could have had a deep conversation, but they don't have the maturity or capacity to hear something different. Yeah, yeah, I mean, like, I think especially when it comes from ignorance, I think some people are capable of changing, and some people are capable of learning and growing. And there are people like that, so you shouldn't necessarily just it's not it's not your responsibility to, like, teach them by any means. But some people are capable of that. But some people there's definitely, like, pipelines and stuff that you suddenly end up in, like, this, like yeah, you end up in, like, a friend group or you end up in this online community and um you're just surrounded by all this talk and information, and people can really fall down that. I think these streamers are normal people at the start, but the masses and communities they hang out with were growing, showing how susceptible normal people are to corruption of all sorts. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I think it's really like I see this the thing I worry about a lot personally is like like incels. Like it's very, very easy, I think, for a lot of a lot of guys or some guys to like you some of these things, like, they seem like they make sense, right? Like, you just hear, like, this kind of, like, statistics or whatever, you hear all these stories, and maybe it lines up with your personal experiences, and suddenly, you know, you're an incel, you know? Um, I actually really used to like Boogie and donate to him, and all the drama came out, I was pretty bummed out, yeah. It goes to show, like, you never really know, like, streamers and YouTubers and stuff like that behind the scenes. Like, even me, like, I feel like I'm genuine on like, I don't, like, fake any part of my personality or anything like that on stream, but, obviously, I also do think that you guys don't really know me like, I'm not saying, like, I'm not hiding any, like, secret racism or anything like that, but there are many parts of my life that I just don't share, like, for privacy and security reasons, right? Like, um, so yeah. Like, even in something that's not necessarily, like, bad or, like, something like, I'm not hiding something, like, awful or anything like that, it's just, like, there are a lot of things that in this kind of conversation setting, like, we don't really talk about, and, like, nor should we, because we don't really know each other. Um, Everyone Miju is normal, like, when she played games. Was I ever normal? His wife left him, he spent all his money on hookers and magic cards. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Oh, yeah, and Boogie was on Caleb Hammer, was he not? He was, right? Oh my god. You excited for Miju's Resident Evil 9? I still need to play Village. Can you share this fact about your life? Do you like bullet train? That's way too personal, Asian. Like, can we back up? Um, like for personal reasons, you keep most of your life private. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, yeah, that's like normal, right? Like I'm publicly online, like and like we don't know each other personally, so it's like I'm not gonna share like if someone in my family like died or something, like I wouldn't share that. Like that's really personal, right? Or something like that. Um. Like, maybe, like, a pet. Like Luca's getting pretty old. Like, I think if Luca passed away, like, I would tell you guys, but maybe, like, a little bit later on. Um, like, something like that. Don't worry, Luca's alive. Don't worry, he's alive, but I'm just saying, like, so stuff like that, like, I know some streamers and YouTubers, they do share a lot of very personal information, but, um, I wouldn't necessarily, like, share that information. I don't know, like or if I was, like, um I don't even know what would be, like, really personal things. Like, oh, yeah, if I got, like, a promotion at work, like, I don't think I would tell you guys. It's just not relevant to the stream, right? Like, it's like, I would tell my family, I would tell people in my life, but to stream, it's not relevant at all. And for us as well, I don't talk about the pile of corpses in my backyard. You don't shut up about it, Ricky. Telling us about how you got a new corpse we're tired of hearing about it. The buddy is completely normal, true. Yeah, he was. He wanted money from the views he got from Caleb, right, right. Anyone else watch the Boogie documentary? That sounds like something I do not want to watch. Um, Luca's immortal. You couldn't tell us, but there will be signs. Yeah. Um, Extra Shein stuff. Oh my god. Actually, like, you know how I got rid of a bunch of my clothes before I moved? It turns out one of my family friends, she wanted to go through my old clothes and like get some of my stuff, but my mom already donated it. She was like, "Oh, if Maya has extra, like, if she's donating some clothes, can I look at them?" And I didn't know. I didn't know. I would have totally given them to her. The people like my clothes. But next time I go through next time I donate my clothes, I'll make sure to give it to her. They let Caleb call him an idiot for collab money. Great. I only tell you my suffering at work, which I'm at. No, I'm sorry. I mean, I guess you told us about your promotion. Um I'd love to know if you got a promotion before me, then I could get to ask about it. Okay. Um, I don't before you. What do you mean? When did you graduate? When did you graduate? Um, I think there's a good example of streamers that can remain good people like PewDiePie. PewDiePie said bad things a few years ago while gaming immediately said sorry, but it blew up. So he made a deeper apology and promised to learn. All his other behavior indicates he's a good person, so people believed him. And he hasn't had issues since. I mean, I think people can have good public personas, but we still don't know them personally. Like, I don't think we can say for a fact that he's a good person. Like, yes, from what we see, he seems like a good person, but you honestly, you don't know. He actually has a house in Japan, raising his kid here with Marzia. Yeah, yeah, I like I've seen some of their Japan vlogs. I like Marzia. Um, um, Fox quit to focus on family. He's the biggest weed. True. Graduate almost 10 years ago, talking about the next. Oh, okay, okay. I thought we were like on a similar career trajectory. um, that's what I mean. He seems like one doesn't do anything wrong publicly. I mean, he's kind of like taking a step back, right? And I think that's the best thing. I think it's the best thing an online person can do, right? Like, just to just to retire. Like retire before you fade into obscurity. You know what I mean? Um, my captain always says perception is reality, how people view you based on how you carry yourself. Yeah, yeah, that's true as well. Like, I mean, there's something to be said, like it's more of a philosophical question. Like, if if you if you were a horrible person inside, but all your actions are really good, and I guess you are a good person, you know, like if every impact you have on the world is good, even if you may have awful thoughts inside, and I guess as far as anyone else is concerned, you're a good person. Um, so you never got a promotion yet? Do we need Kalani to be your boss to have a chat? No, no, no. It's all good. It's all good. I've gotten raises throughout my years. Um, it kind of I think it just depends on the company. Like obviously, like I mean, we both work at tech. There's like levels and stuff. But I don't necessarily want a promotion in the traditional sense where it's like my um like my work changes. Like as in like I don't want to be like a manager because I've seen my manager's calendar and I do not want that. Um, I think Boogie pulled a gun on someone, got arrested once. Great. Um, First Marcia just did because of personal interest, but he still makes content, just not often. Yeah. Bro was pushing 30 when he said that. Fully developed prefrontal cortex. Yeah, yeah. But some people are still stupid when they're 30. So it depends on the age when they decide horrible things. Yeah, that's the thing as well. Like people can grow and change, yes. People are more likely to grow and change from when when they're younger. I think you can forgive a lot more from younger people, right? Like they're still learning. Um yeah, anyone in their IT career don't become a manager. Exactly, exactly. Replied to the wrong thing. Bro is pushing 30 on my way. um and welcome in Omer. Thank you, thank you. It's very fluffy and warm. Maybe a little too warm. Um yeah, so there's definitely some grace to be had for teenagers who are stupid and they might say stupid things and it's just sometimes how they are. But yeah, exactly, Ricky. You can still learn when you're older. You don't you can still become a better person when you're older. God, he wants to learn and grow, but I also hope that you accept that we won't forget. Forgive, not for me to say. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's obviously like completely everyone. I think everyone has different like in terms of this is in terms of like public figures, but I think everyone has different um like what they would can get over and like I think like for example like before with like Jacob Rowling and stuff like that Um, like some people might be like, "Oh, like, um, I" some people might be like, "Oh, like Harry Potter's still very special to me." Um, well, like I don't agree with what she says, like, or I don't want to buy anything new from her. This is still like very special to me. They may be LGBTQ themselves, like, I think everyone has a different like response to it, and everyone has a different like what they're okay with, and I think that's okay. Um, barring any people being like, "Oh yes, I'm gonna donate so much money for J.K. Rowling so she can continue like being transphobic to people." Like obviously barring something like that, but like I think in terms of like whether you will still like watch Harry Potter or whatever, like I think that's like I think that's very personal. That's just an example though. That's because it's something that's come up before. Like some people like don't want anything to do with it, and some people are okay with like some people are still like feel Harry Potter is very special to them, and they don't want that to be ruined by J.K. Rowling being awful. Yeah, and people have different opinions about art versus artists as well. So yeah, it's just it's like it kind of depends on the person. Um, Example: perception versus reality. Yoko requesting music to Beat Saber's VTuber music. Perception is reality. That song was kind of good though. That song was kind of a banger. Um, and thanks for the 10 stream streak, Krista. Donate money for J.K. Rowling, who is donating money to billionaires. I'm sure there's someone out there. Are you perhaps referring to Hatsune Miku's Wizarding World of Harry Potter? Yes. I don't know if I mentioned, but I went to USJ in Osaka during New Year's, and some tourist family thought I was a Harry Potter actor. Why? You should have a weeb competition here to find the biggest weeb. I have my list. You've seen the list, right? So we need to find the highest level weeb. You could do the self survey. There's a list. Yeah, you don't know the list? You hate that too. You only hate it because it speaks the truth, Yoko. Come on. Yes, because you have round glass. Oh, the round glasses. Self-diagnosing. Yeah, diagnosed with the weeb, with weebery. Um, there's actual. I can't believe you haven't seen another. You gotta do it. Um, that list should get revised in 2026. Why? It's still accurate. Even growing up, people said I look like him. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool thing to be a look-alike. Don't know how I missed this. Yeah. Well, now you're aware. Now you can live in a world where you know this exists. The Weeb Index, yeah, the Weeb Index. I call it the Weeb Severity Chart because it implies that being higher up is bad. Needs a bit of revision. I mean, you watch Attack on Titan now. No, it's Attack on Titan's like a non weeb anime. But I think it depends if you like it as well. Like I think you're allowed to try. Like it's one thing to watch an anime, and it's another thing to get like super into it. You know what I mean? Like you might just be like, oh, I'm gonna watch One Piece just to see what it's about, and then if you don't like it, then that doesn't just because you watch it doesn't mean you're a weeb. You know what I mean? The JRPG rule just put me on level 0. What do you mean? You're on level 0? Miju Jaeger? Can I be Miju Ackerman? Mia Mikasa. You can't beat her on the I am Japanese argument. That's true. That's true. If you're Japanese, you can't be a weeb. For those of you who are half Japanese, maybe you can be half a weeb. I don't know. I think you could still. I think the Japanese rule will still apply. If you feel like you're connected to your Japanese heritage, then you can be like, okay, I'm Japanese, so not a weeb. But if you're super whitewashed, you can still be a weeb, whether you're fully Japanese or not. Um, Attack on Titan is pretty normie. Yolk a normie weeb. We already determined him level 2. Yeah. Yolk is driven up the chart by the Vocaloid. The VTuber is a Vocaloid. It's a different path. Mikasa cosplay then. Mikasa! No, I cannot do it. Anime cosplay, Kalani. Too many weebs will come in, and we already know we have enough weebs. Level 0, not a weeb from your document. Oh, cause no. In the chart, you don't have to. Did you read the rules? You don't have to have every single thing in each level. You just have to have one of the things. Meteor branch super weeb, true. Fox, the US military is made up of otakus? No. Is there level 4? Why are you asking that? I'm not giving up my love for Miku to drop a level. Respect that. What about someone who is white but born and raised in Japan, only speaks Japanese? Are they Japanese? Yeah, I think if you're culturally Japanese, then that counts. That counts. Cause I think, honestly, that person is probably more Japanese than I am. Your anime encyclopedia. You rush, sorry. Yeah, you gotta read the rules. Come on. You're level 1 casual. Okay, fair enough. Level 4, we get banned here immediately. Yeah, probably. Anyone in the culture side does get banned. And welcome in, Coop. Hope you're doing well. You're gonna go for a perfect score? No, perfect score is 0. Do they really like bullet train? The bullet trains, yeah, the bullet train rule. The more we talk about weaves, the more viewers are coming in, I swear. I know. I say no weaves allowed. Like, it's in my tags as well. It says no weaves allowed, but they keep coming in. I cannot keep them out. Major track sleeve. It's literally because I'm a Japanese woman on the internet. Like, I can't avoid the weaves. Like, there's nothing that can be done, you know? I guess they wouldn't know I'm Japanese, like, right off the bat, but they could figure it out. It's in my bio. Maybe I should take it out of my bio. But, like, people will start asking. Like, I think then people will start asking, and that's just annoying. Like, then if people are like, "Oh, are you Japanese? Are you Chinese?" Like, I'd rather just, like I'd rather they don't have to ask. Just because you're Japanese, not all the cosplays in games. I don't cosplay that often. But yeah, Genshin probably does not help. Checking all the boxes on the Weeb Index would make you worse than the Apex Suddy Neckbeard Anime Con. Probably. That's not a place you want to be. Major likes Weeb content not made in Japan. Surprised you don't watch Solo Leveling. I've never seen Solo Leveling. Major Con when? You gotta submit your Weeb severity chart results. Your profile picture defines you? Yeah, it's Zelda. I love Zelda. That defines me. Uniqlo store for the Weeb fit. Picking up my my SSJ shirt. Sorry. My SSJ shirt on Uniqlo. No, I will. I actually do need some new Uniqlo shirts. Can VideoCon take place in LA? No reason. No. I don't want to go to America. I hope you understand. It's gonna take place in Canada. How about a European con instead? Yeah, I mean, I'd be more open to a European con than an American one. Like, you guys get it. You guys get it. We don't want to go to America these days. We'll see. London? Any that could be fun. It'll be the 50th. Don't even start on us. We will fight you. Also, everyone's just lazy, man. You don't wanna get on a flight? What's up with that? London's a lie. Let's go to Switzerland. Switzerland. Austria. Oy, okay. But Vancouver's the best city in the world, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. Meet you met Glenn at that long Welsh. We can all go to the long name Welsh town. That's true. That's true. Switzerland is gorgeous. What are you talking about? It is, yeah. That's true. Town with a novel-sized name. Yeah, I've been there. Um, yeah, I think I will end the stream here. It's almost 1 o'clock. I got to run some errands today, and I gotta return my keys. I gotta say goodbye to my old place. It's the last time I will go there. Today, my lease ends. um, yeah, I think I will leave it here for today. It was nice yapping with return. No, I got my teeth mold back. Don't worry. Too soon to call it. It's literally almost 1. Yeah, I got my dentures back. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, goodbye to the old place, but it was we haven't streamed there in a bit anyway, and my new background is pretty nice. But yeah, on 17 too. True, true. Leave it real too. Which one though? Okay, I will go. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Join the Discord if you haven't already. I'll be streaming again on Wednesday with some Genshin. We'll be continuing the Archon quest after that kind of mid Lantern Rite quest. Well, I'm gonna do the Archon quest instead. And then if you want more yapping, it'll be next weekend as usual. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great rest of your weekend. And enjoy your long weekend if you have one.